You do not need to add horsepower to your car so that way you can go faster down.
Shut up. Your mom's my girlfriend. Hey, this is horsepower. This is a 23 Scat Pack. Come holler.
All right. I never listen. I'm gonna listen. I wanna listen to the Dumb Zone.
Hey, happy Monday, Jake.
And to you, sir.
How was your weekend? I'm Dan.
I'm Jake.
I'm Blake.
Open
For business?
There you go.
Had a big weekend of outdoors activities. Put it on the God Squad again yesterday. Tough matchup, but we got it done.
So the overly religious flag football team called the God Squad.
They're actually called Mercy Rule.
Oh, right. That is a great name.
Which is even cooler, but given Kelvin and the Righteous Gemstones, we refer to them as the God Squad.
Is that a cocky name, too?
Mercy Rule?
Yeah, like...
Yeah, but it's...
That they're mercy ruling most of their opponent? Most.
But it's awesome, though. But yeah, there's always the pregame prayer. Did it yesterday.
And then they get out there and they're MFing you and cheap-shotting you more than any other team.
That has definitely died down from the first time. I'm not saying it's because I attacked them in the media, but...
You use your platform.
That's right. It doesn't seem to happen as much anymore. But that also might be that they just learned to bend the knee.
Because they realize...
Yeah.
Score?
We won by 9.
Because, Dan, if you'll remember, they've been recruiting players to beat Jake's team.
And they were in full force yesterday.
Like who?
I don't know.
Like college athletes?
Pulling guys from the other teams.
Yeah, and there was... It's always intimidating when you see the guy out there. It was hot yesterday. And he had the...
Man. Summer already. It's the middle of summer.
Yeah, I was dying.
What's up with that, boys?
What's up with the
weather? We're all okay with shorts now, though. You're free to wear shorts now, Blake.
I wore shorts today.
It gets cold in here.
No studio jeans today. We're in a studio today, our downtown Dallas studio. And you could see us on YouTube if you want to. I don't know.
But yeah, when you are playing a recreational sport, probably flag football or football of any kind is the one where this stands out the most. And there's a guy out there when it's really hot, but he's got like the dry fit ski mask on.
Oh my.
Like where it's just a hole for his mouth and for his eyes. Like, and he had no shirt on. Where the rest of his team was wearing a jersey. And I presume that's because he didn't have a jersey, because he had...
A dry fit ski mask? I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what, you'll see NFL players wear them under their helmets. And it's not really a ski mask. It's like your eyes are cut like this, like full hole here.
Yeah.
And then there's a hole for you to breathe. And some of them don't even have a hole for you to breathe because it's a breathable material.
You know how NBA players like to warm up in their hoodies?
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of that for flag football or football.
You see them on pregame NFL.
Yeah, even in pregame they'll wear the ski mask.
And it's quite intimidating, especially when you pair it with...
You do look badass.
I'm not wearing a shirt.
And package that with abs.
For days.
Yeah. Abs and ski mask go pretty hard.
It was intimidating. I'm not going to lie.
I don't understand your world.
Well, I think the world we're speaking of primarily is black people. So that perhaps that's more the thing that you do.
I guess just out there on the weekend being athletic. I don't get that.
I wouldn't...
like picking up sticks in my yard, that's like, I'm beat.
You got a chainsaw.
I do have a chainsaw.
Any chainsawing? Well, that's more of a fall activity, though, right?
I mean, if you get a big branch that falls, you got to pull out the chainsaw.
By the way, how's your branch?
What do you mean?
Did you ever fully update us on that? I can't recall.
You were in the den when the tree cutters were there.
Oh, that's right.
Remember, it was real loud and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Although, of course, I mean, my wife will find something to complain about, and she complained that...
Like they will.
Yeah,
What was her complaint?
They didn't... oh, look at that. There's still a dead branch up there, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, call them. I don't know. Do something. Pull out your Karen powers. Summon the whatever you need to summon. Hey, look, we have somebody in studio. A good old friend. You, the dirty listener, may have known him for a few years. Jake has known him for longer than any of us. He is Jake's dad. Chappy Kemp is in our studio today.
Look at that.
Chappy.
Look at that.
Make sure you watch out the. Are you free balling today? You got a little video going right down there, and you might want to just make sure.
You could use the Sinbad blanket next to you if you want, Dad.
Yeah, I
You
saw
wanna
that
cover
just
up
a minute ago.
Your junk.
He didn't answer you.
He did not answer.
Yeah, but you can see my hands. I mean, they are definitely not jammed in my pants.
Are you a whitey-tighty guy? Whitey-tighty guys were from the 70s. That's Chappy seems like he's from the 70s. Or even
Yeah,
the
but I
60s.
ditched those underwear a long time ago.
Are you from the 60s? What would you call yourself from the?
A hybrid.
Okay.
A hybrid. In 69, Woodstock, I was 11. So
11.
Vietnam. So I kind of knew a little bit about that, but
You just escaped Nam, though.
just escaped that. In fact, the selective draft stopped like 2 years before I was going to have to sign up.
So was that something you thought about, like as a teenager? Like, oh man, I'm gonna get drafted.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I did. I mean, I'd have been a badass, but I didn't want to go.
They would have washed you.
I wouldn't.
This is in his hippie era.
I wouldn't have
don't
been a
think-
Joe Kemp, but I probably would have made a serviceable hand. There's no doubt about it. Let me get my hands right here so there's no questions about what I'm doing.
I don't think
over
anybody
here.
thought that. I think he was trying to say that
We just don't want
with
to
a
see your
couple
testes.
movements, we might see your balls.
That is what I was saying.
Okay, so how about
No, I mean I don't care. I'll look at your balls. I'm fine with that.
I see some boxers in there. I think
Yeah.
we're good.
this is disgusting.
Do you do the boxer brief,
You know, I like
the hybrid?
Yeah, I like the jockey, kind of that stretch, really nice material. You know, I am definitely not driving my 77 Pontiac here. You know, the old white.
Did you go with a? Did you ever go in the boxer era? I tried out boxers for a few years.
Yeah, but, you know, wearing a suit and always just.
I just thought it meant you're an adult if you start wearing boxers.
Yeah, that definitely was the deal, like in junior high for me. But then they bunch up so bad. It's just
Yeah.
a horrible product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tough look.
Like, how did it take
culture.
until the 2000s or whatever to get this right? Because I think everybody now understands the boxer brief is where it's at.
I wear compression shorts.
That's because you're real athletic.
No, I just think it's the best. There's no messing around. There's no bunch up. It's good for if you're a sweaty guy like me.
I guess I've never considered that.
I got Bob on that many years ago, and he never looked back.
I do whatever Jake does, huh? How was your weekend, Blake?
I had family pictures this weekend.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Describe.
I'm no longer the only one.
The only
Blake-
homo.
Dan used to give me so much crap for this.
That's because you don't have scene control.
I never said I did.
I would just say I'm not. No, I don't want to do that. And she knows it ahead of time. She wouldn't even
Yeah.
ask me.
I should have
You
been more
established the
specific.
ground game.
Let me be more specific. I had in-law family pictures.
I would never even do that.
So,
Did you
Yeah.
have to dress up all in the same
Yeah.
thing?
All white,
no, we didn't do all white.
like
but
the Wittens and Romos and Jones.
what's the
family?
thing now? Like, it's all like bland fall colors, like the browns and the faded tans.
That's the thing now?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Instagram.
No, I think the white women of our era love white houses and like dull colors.
Like brown, tan.
Like fall, yeah.
yeah.
Like the color of a pumpkin spice latte or something to kind of.
And now you are taking these in late May. So are they to be released around the fall season or what?
No, I just think that's how they dress all the time. So I had a dark blue shirt. I think Brooks was in denim.
Okay, you didn't have to wear the
Chuggy
exact
ass
same
photo
outfit.
shoot.
No.
Okay.
But there's a theme.
There's a theme though. Yeah, there's a palette
There's a theme.
that's being drawn from.
We're at a park in Keller, so it's hot as hell outside. I'm in
Ugh.
a long sleeve shirt.
Now, every year, do we do the same thing in the same place so we can look
No,
at the
this
picture?
was a big thing. In fact, I had to miss softball for it.
Oh, you've got to.
Oh.
I thought
kidding
you
me.
had scene control. I've always thought you had the second
Not with
highest
this,
scene
man.
control on this show.
But this was mother-in-law driven, and she typically gets what she wants.
Well, I can tell you, I know Dan likes his mother-in-law, but there's probably been many things that she could have suggested, and it wouldn't have mattered.
But that's what I kept thinking is Dan never had to go through any of this.
Never.
He never had to battle the in-laws like this.
Right, because they were They're out of town.
And then guess what? We do pictures at 9:30, lunch at their house.
Oh,
Why don't y'all just stay and let the kids play? We didn't leave there till 8 o'clock. My
shut
whole Sunday
up.
gone.
PM?
PM.
So when we talked last night, you were on the phone on the way home or whatever?
Yeah, you asked me, hey, what'd you do today? I'll tell you later.
Yeah, you did seem beaten.
And he did seem, when we talked, when Blake and I talked, he had to like step outside clearly.
Yep.
I could hear like a screen door opening and a bunch of bullshit going on in the background. I'm like,
Don't they know that you're...
You couldn't tell I answered on the first ring, like I was ready to get out of there.
it was weird.
Hey, Jake, what's up, man?
Man.
Man,
I mean,
sorry.
I've never even been subjected to something like that.
The full day in-law experience.
10.5-hour day, including photos, lunch at their house.
Yeah, you
That's
gotta,
the problem with lunch at somebody's house.
You got to wrap it up after lunch.
You have to have an exit strategy.
Yes. Go to a restaurant, and
Yeah.
now you're already out.
You know, I
You're
think
on
they
the
want to
road.
flip this 8-top. We should probably.
Yeah.
And doesn't your kid have to nap?
Man, he'll power through.
Mm.
He just kept playing outside.
I guess by 2 or 3, that is the case.
Yeah, there's just too much going on. He just doesn't want to miss anything, so he never went down.
I wouldn't have been mad if Blake asked off today.
Damn.
What'd you do this weekend, Chappy?
Well, I had a lot of family going on there on my wife's side. Kind of a mini reunion. Folks from Virginia coming down, and then, you know, my nephew Jake's cousin Chance, the card player, and just a whole group of people scattered about 48 hours of back and forth to Fort Worth, downtown Fort Worth. So stayed pretty busy. Of course, you got that lawn, Dan. You know, I was out there in that lawn for a good 13 hours. With motor broke down, so I just used a push mower with no motor on it.
On your acre.
Yeah.
Used a real mower?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a beating for my small lot.
Yeah.
A full acre.
Well, it broke down halfway
13
through.
hours of lawn mowing.
Somebody drove by and felt sorry for me.
How old
so-
are you, like 60-something?
I'll be 66 in 3 weeks.
You're going to die on that lawn.
He'd love it.
Dies doing what he loves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, my house goes up on the market Friday, so where I'm headed, you know, I can kind of do that yard in about 30 minutes. So
You are notoriously cheap,
I am cheap.
so you won't hire someone to do your lawn.
I did last year. I
Once
did.
it got real hot?
No, I signed a 6-month contract with them. I just, you know,
Shocking.
I was
With an option.
I had a 5th-year option.
Team option.
I
Don't
was
you know
first-
he was standing on the porch just
Oh,
watching
yeah.
them? Hey,
Oh, yeah.
hey.
Actually, Blake, that's 100%.
Gonna walk
Yeah.
out there
No, I
afterwards.
knew it.
So when they get done, I will say this: a riding lawnmower creates a lot of cuts and divots and things because your yard, if it's not perfectly,
Right, you got to ride over it again at
Yeah.
an angle. Yeah.
so it's got grass burn, you
Right.
know, and where it's hacked away at it. You get off early today, go by my joint today.
Perfect.
I mowed it.
Looks like Wrigley.
It's like this weekend's Colonial.
Of course, this weekend's Colonial.
It is big time.
The granddaddy of them all.
Yeah.
Who won the golf tournament this weekend?
You know, I lost track of it. I mean,
I know.
Oh,
Chef.
Xander.
Yeah.
Xander Bogarts.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I just loved the
Thank you,
fact
Blake.
that all these live golfers
Former
showed
Red
up
Sox
there
prospect.
yesterday and they got bounced.
Scotty actually played pretty well through Friday. I was really pulling for him on Saturday.
And then the wheels rolled off.
How did Tiger play yesterday?
Yeah, so the thing, Dan, is
Did he?
Didn't he have 3? Or he had at least 2 triples on Friday.
Oh.
on
You said he had a triple, and then I think he had another one like 2 holes
during
later.
during a major that set the record by 275 strokes.
Set the lowest
cumulative under par.
PGA Championship score ever.
The lowest, was it PGA Championship or major?
I thought it was just PGA Championship because
Okay,
that's
maybe.
usually tougher, isn't it?
Man, yeah.
And
Tiger,
Tiger, the worst. Was that his worst
It's-
tournament ever?
it's embarrassing at this point.
I didn't bet on Tiger, although there was great value.
And it's not like you won't again.
Well, I would like to say Mickelson didn't tear it up either.
We don't really talk golf.
Yeah, well, I don't watch as much of it.
Well, you didn't even know who won.
Well,
you
you know
wanna
what?
Start telling us who
but
did well.
It's because ever since Liv came in, and now
All right, we don't.
that's a whole nother story.
We didn't even get any weekend check from you, really, did we?
Me, I don't do anything.
We kind of stopped doing it.
I watched all the NFL videos, NFL schedule release videos, and I will play some of my favorites for you later in today's program because we're doing a video show.
Are you excited about the return of having to pick up food from 2 or 3 different places? Here in the next.
I pick up.
still do that?
I pick up one daughter next Saturday
I
from
guess
the
they can
airport.
get their own food now.
France girl,
Thank
but
you.
she'll go pick up. She'll go to 2 or 3 places for me, which is great.
It is.
No, my wife did it last night. Picked up a little Empress and a little Fuzzies. You have to guess who had what.
You
Won't
love
that be fun?
fuzzies.
No, my wife does.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she eats Fuzzies all the time because it's right next to Empress of China, and that's where I usually eat. My favorite restaurant.
Is that where
Go say hi to Yen.
Hoya works?
No, that's Pearl over there in Grapevine.
Yep.
That's the Hoya guy. Yeah, talk some sports with the guy at Pearl. I have a follow-up, though, an email or some kind of a missive from what we were talking about last week. You were telling me about Harrison Butker, a guy who I'd never cared about before. I still actually don't care about Harrison Butker really much more than I did before he had a commencement speech. So somebody said, did Dan understand that you, Jake, were saying that Harrison Butker had sex with a male cheerleader? What? Dan did not understand that, if indeed that's what you were saying. Is that an allegation against him?
Yeah. And I
when
mentioned it.
You were talking about a cheerleader. I thought you said a cheerleader, which I thought is cool.
Did I not say male?
You said male.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I mean, it's not like a story.
And hey, that's cool too.
I wouldn't say it's a story of note if a college football player,
Well, it is if you're Harrison Butker and you're talking about that you met your girlfriend in 7th grade and
That's true.
she means everything to you and you're just a one-woman man and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe
You're holding
this is
yourself
just
up as the greatest Catholic this side of the Pope.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's why I did not catch the whole male part, but it certainly does escalate the whole.
Yeah.
You are cheating on your wife. Would she rather you cheat
With a man, yeah.
with a female cheerleader or with the man? Because she's like, I can't compete with the man.
I would say man.
All right.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, call us.
Yeah, hey, let us know. What do you think, Dad? Which one do you think would upset him more?
Oh, I think a man.
That would upset your wife more.
Yeah.
If she found out that if she caught you in bed with a man or a woman, what would she be more upset with?
If I was with a man, I mean, there's no walk back to that. There's no, hey, let's work this out. I mean, that's just my opinion.
You feel, though, if she caught you with a lady,
plenty
you
of
could
people
get out of it.
Plenty of people do it.
I probably, at this point, couldn't, but back in the day, I probably could.
Let's flip it. I mean, I walk in and it's a lady and a lady. I'm like, I'm out of here.
Yes, this is disgusting.
I don't think so.
Seems to not work in reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a rumor. But who knows? It could just be somebody on TikTok. But the video has like 9,000 comments, and there are a lot of people in those comments saying like, yeah, people know about this.
Hey, did you see Jake was in a commercial with Patrick Mahomes?
Absolutely.
Do we have that? Can we actually show it on video? You've heard all about it, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm tracking.
Well, if we can't, we'll play it later.
Yeah. It's all good.
That's a tease. I'm teasing ahead.
Forward?
Teasing forward.
But yeah, I did see. I don't even know if this part's true, much like the male cheerleader, but I did see that like his jersey sales skyrocketed.
Harrison Butker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He beat
Mine hasn't got here yet. I'm going to hang it up.
I thought he was, because he sent you one, right?
Right over the Lack House.
He heard about your support for all of his issues.
Yeah. No, I'm on board. Whatever. Might like a chick to shut up too, Harrison.
The funniest part about it is I believe that the NFL's website sold out of women's Harrison Butker jerseys.
Harrison Butker, I can't think of the word for like the the thing that people wear when they're cooking?
Apron? Jeez.
That stuff.
Thank you, Blake.
You got it.
See, you're always here when
That was a
know.
little too quick for my liking, though, Blake.
I should have let it hang. Sorry.
All right, so here's the Jake commercial with Patrick Mahomes. You've seen it already, you say?
Yes.
Well, let's pretend you didn't.
Already.
All right.
There's quarterbacks, then there's Patrick Mahomes. There's coffee, then there's coffee.
He's drinking
Plus.
sports coffee.
Introducing Throne Sport Coffee.
Let's get going. Let's go.
Coffee
Great, Bobby.
plus natural caffeine, natural flavors and sweeteners, vitamins, electrolytes, and more
Look at him working
to
out.
help
He
you
looks so
get going
badass.
and keep going.
Look at that guy on the bike.
No, man. Just getting started.
Okay, I'll keep
No
going
matter
then.
your game, whether it's game
Jake
time
Kemp riding the bike.
or overtime,
Overtime? Yeah, I know a thing or two about that.
Throne Sport Coffee helps you get going and keep going.
Head-on shot. Showing up in second.
So does every video that you have loaded in just start playing?
Seems like there's an autoplay function or something.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, we're working out that kink.
But yeah. It's cool.
Pretty good work, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
And you got actually paid.
I did.
How many shots? How many takes?
For that one?
Yeah.
I'll just tell you less than anything else they did that day. Like, they could have used the first one. But they used it. They said, let's do a second just in case.
That's the way you roll.
I nailed it. I'm sorry. It's true.
And Chappy, I just wanted to note, I have a couple of things that I'm looking at for value. Number one, I got this a while back. I got Kyrie as MVP of the championship series. So I could be a big winner after this series with Minnesota.
I don't think it's crazy.
I know you've been on the Kyrie is going to go off bandwagon for a while now.
Shortly after Michael Gallup posts another 1,200-yard season.
And then somebody had emailed me or texted or something, good value right now, plus 6,600. That's great value, right?
Oh, yeah.
For NFL MVP, Baker Mayfield.
No.
Not good value.
Let's just toss a little something on there just in case.
Yeah.
I mean, just
sprinkle.
If I put 10,000 on it, what does that mean I'll win?
Well, almost
Just
$750,000.
There you go.
Pretty quick. I don't know. I mean,
then I can finally quit and give you guys the finger. That'd be my dream, man.
Mine too. Give me the finger.
I just
700.
I'd head to Mexico. Nobody would ever hear from me again. Was that enough to live the rest of my life? 700,000? Just me in Mexico?
No. Mexico maybe. Depends on where you want to live in Mexico.
hey, let me just say one thing about that. I have a friend, known him for years, retired. He's building a house in Mexico, about 30-minute drive from Guadalajara. He put down $800,000, and he's got a 5,000 square foot house being built with a pool. Now, you may not be alive every time you go back and forth from Laredo there to go to it, but yeah, so $800,000 he's got a mansion.
But what most people do is they get a condo. Like when I was in Puerto Vallarta, that's what people do down there. Is you just get a nice condo unit on the beach, and that's $150K or something.
Do people still do timeshares?
I think that's kind of fallen out of favor.
Did everybody figure that's just a bad bit?
You know, because I've actually heard quite a few, I believe I've heard them on podcasts, ads for companies that specifically operate to get you out of your timeshare. Mm-hmm. So once there's an entire cottage industry aimed at that, I think it probably all started with the Aspen episode of South Park.
I mean, people are still getting tattoos, but you can get laser removal tattoos. So
that's a good point.
What kind of ink you got?
Well, got the Harley, got the skull, crossbones. I tell you, though.
Seems so cliche.
A reversal, you better be ready to pony up to some pain.
Yeah.
And it's not one time. It's 4, 5, 6 settings to get whatever it is you're trying to get off. And it supposedly hurts worse than getting it.
Okay, but you haven't done that.
No.
You don't have any regrets?
No, not at all.
Over anything you've done your whole life?
Geez, I don't know.
See, when you said I had a friend, I thought you were going to tell us about the guy who got crushed in a UPS trash compactor.
I was gonna say I want UPS stories with Chappy.
Oh, that one was rough.
I heard from someone who was
Were you there?
on this.
No.
No. This is the one that happened like last
a week
week
ago.
Oh, but I thought you're saying he knew someone who also had that. No.
No, not to that level. That's
What's the worst accident that ever happened while you were there?
guy got his hand taken off.
The whole hand.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was looking right at him.
Oh. What
Were you
happened?
shaking hands with him at the time, and
I
then
was
you ended
trying
up just with the hand?
No, I was just trying to give him a hand, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. But, no, the guy come up, and another guy was shepherding him over to me. And I couldn't see what was going on. And then when he pulled his shirt off, he said he got it, you know, hung up in the conveyor system. So we'll go try to find the hand.
You said that to him.
You're on the clock.
I did.
You're his boss, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in my 30s, I was just hell-bent to leather. I said, keep the belt moving.
That's why your name is Chappy.
Go find the hand. That's exactly right.
By the way, I thought it was great. So there's limited parking here usually, and there's certainly limited parking downstairs where we can get in easily. So I brought a table today. Look at that beautiful table
know,
that's in
right?
front of you.
Look
And
at
just
it.
a bunch of stuff. My way too big lunchbox. You know, I had a bunch of stuff today, and was pretty fired up when I pulled in the parking because I'm like, I usually try to park upstairs so I don't, I want to fly under the radar here. But pretty fired up when I see this giant truck with the license plate Chappy right by the door where I could have walked right in. And instead I had to park up 2 levels and, walk down. And,
I parked up with you as well,
yeah.
Dan.
But you give Chappy the prime parking.
Yeah. I don't know really how
And
that
this
happened,
giant
though.
truck that
Yeah.
takes 3 spots.
That is a pain when you get into something like this morning.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have that truck.
You know what?
Like, what are you doing, hauling things?
Oh, my gosh. When you go on vacation, like I'm going up to Park City, Utah's next week.
What about an SUV?
You know
Don't you
what?
like an enclosed back?
Well, I've got that tonneau cover, so I can – I'm telling you, that truck will eat up asphalt, and it's a great ride. But when you get into something like
but
this –
you get what, a good 15, 17 miles per
No,
gallon?
it's
23.
bad.
No, it gets 23.
23.
Yeah.
So you're stopping every half hour.
Yeah,
I
to
don't-
pee. I have to
What does
pee.
yours get?
I don't know, probably 30.
Not mine.
I'm guessing. Totally guessing.
I'm at 20.
Not the way
Over
you drive,
25.
Dan.
What do you mean? 22? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but whatever they have for sticker, you got to take 4 or 5 off, Mr. Leadfoot.
That's true.
Wait, who are you talking?
I'm the same way. If it says I can get 33, I can get 28.
So going faster makes me get less?
Oh yeah.
Because I thought like highway miles, you get more miles per
No, doing 100, you're not getting 35 miles a gallon.
Hey, we got some big sports.
I love sports.
I got a couple pictures to take a look at there, Video Man.
I love sports. I love sports.
Do you feel like I look at the wrong? I look at the screen when I should be looking at
You should never look at me.
you. Okay. It just at least not in the eye.
It freaks me out if you look over at
I
me.
love sports.
Well,
You ever do a show with Norm?
I look right down Main Street, or
I don't know.
Are we not supposed to look at each other?
It was just always weird when you work with Norm and he would just like be staring right
well,
at
Norm
no,
would
I
do it
know
and
that.
never break contain.
Yeah.
And that doesn't work.
I'll give you a couple seconds and then I'll look away.
Right.
Sportsmare. I had a couple pictures in there for you, Rob, if you want to try and grab them. So, first of all, the Stars moved on in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Hell yeah.
Way to go, Dallas Stars. And Mayor Eric Johnson, the sports mayor of Dallas. That'd be great if there was a sports mayor and then like just a real mayor, politics mayor.
Like the sports Führer.
Because I feel
Victory.
like he'd be a great sports mayor because he's on top of everything.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's on top of tweeting about it,
That's what I mean.
but he hasn't.
But I wasn't sure who won. And then Sports Mayor told me because I got just Sports Mayor alerts. So he says, looks like Mike Johnston of Colorado owes us a belt buckle. big shout out to the Stars for bringing home that win last night against the Avalanche. Let's keep this momentum going into the Western Conference Finals, and you can even see some of the comments below. Bruh. There's always going to be a bruh.
Yep.
And then look what that Ben says. Oh, man, Sports Mayor with a momentum reference. Dan's going to cream his pants.
And he didn't even tag you in it.
No.
And?
Guilty as charged.
Yep.
With the creaming.
How old is it? It sounds like something. Well, frankly, it sounds like an Uncle Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the hashtag Stanley Cup. So anyone who wants to look at tweets surrounding the Stanley Cup, he's there.
Yep. I want Dan to start doing that. Like any tweet that he ever issues, just do like hashtag whatever whatever makes the logo for something come up. Like whatever the Mavs is.
By the way, I don't know how quickly you could well, I don't know if this will work. If you could pull up my computer, Video Man. But so he had that.
Yep.
On May 18th. Hey, you owe me a belt buckle, blah, blah, blah. So at the very same time, the mayor of Denver is tweeting out.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yesterday, we said the final goodbye to my mom. She changed my world, and she convinced me that with ferocity, I will never surrender. We could all change the world because I watch her do it every day. So Sports Mayor, very excited about.
Yeah, Mike Johnson was a little.
Hey, where's my belt buckle,
bro?
Bro?
Busy that morning.
I love sports.
I
do. I admit it.
He's at his mom's funeral, and hey, belt buckle first.
And if you even wanted to give Sports Mayor some leeway, that tweet from Mike Johnson says yesterday. So it's possible he had no idea who won that game.
Right. Yes, it was during the game.
She died
he was
in
at
his
her
arms.
bedside.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her last breath.
As overtime started.
And then this guy's
hey, dumbass.
Ringing him up. Where's my belt buckle, man?
Yeah.
Here's what I want.
Comes in,
my pants are falling down.
Here's what I want. I want Sports Mayor to wager never wearing his stupid fucking hat again.
Whoa.
I love sports. I do. I admit it. I love sports.
He does love hats, doesn't he?
He loves that hat.
He does.
And I never want to see it again.
And then, of course, he was on, on May 18th. So that was the morning. He wanted to say congrats to the Stars from last night. And, hey, man, where's my belt buckle? Then, of course, later that day, he put out a picture how game day grilling is all done. He's ready for the Mavs game. And then after the Mavs game, because I wasn't watching it, I got a lot of things to do, and I really just have him on my phone to make sure I can find out. I never knew who won, and then he said Mavs win. On to the Western Conference Finals with a little hand clapping. And
so I missed this, and maybe we talked about it. I forget a lot of stuff. Did he have a bet? Is that what Layla's boots means?
I'm not sure.
Because I don't recall us talking about.
I didn't take the full picture. If you wanted to now go to.
Well, no, it's just him and his family.
No, go to my screen.
Yeah,
that might be his kid wearing boots.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
And so you want to highlight that my daughter has boots?
I'm confused.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
But what does make sense is him wearing that apron.
Oh my God, it sucks.
Daddy is king of the grill.
That's an apron, Dan.
That is an apron.
I just was thinking he probably did make a bet that we missed, although that would never have happened because it's the only way you know about sports.
Right.
I love sports.
Where he was betting
I
boots
do.
with somebody.
I love
He's
sports.
certainly bet boots before.
And we love sports too. We should just slide right into a little Mavs talk. That's the big story.
What a night. What a night. Down 17, third quarter. Didn't even get like a disgusting go-off game from either Kyrie or Luka, even though he had a triple-double, 29?
Yeah. 29, 10, and 10.
It's crazy to think in years past, if they were going to close out a 1 seed in 6 games, you'd have to think Luka averaged like 43 for the series. And I think he said at 26 or 27, 7 points below his season average. So that's just proof that the others had to get it done, and this version of the others do.
Yeah, it's amazing. They might really be the team that finished, 16-2?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because they play defense and rebound. I mean, and Derek Lively was just, I don't know. That guy's going to be a fan favorite for a long time.
Yeah.
He'll probably
cool hair.
He'll probably start next year, yeah. Obviously, the story that everybody kind of wonders, when do we mention this on the broadcast, like that his mom recently passed away. And she was a basketball player, and she was always around the team from what I've heard, and that was pretty recent. And you're a rookie.
Very recent.
And you're 20.
Yeah.
Just now 20, I think. And he just destroyed Chet Holmgren in the back half of that game. Just destroyed him. I mean, I think it was 22-2 and second chance points in the second half. Like, that's how they won that game. That and the fact that P.J. Washington decided to score all 9 of his points in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, that was insane, too. He pulled a Kyrie.
Yeah, at least a mini Kyrie.
Like, he had nothing.
No.
All game long, but it didn't mean he wasn't affecting the game.
No.
But it was kind of – I wonder if, did the Thunder make a hey, this guy's been killing us. We have to stop this guy, to make sure that he wasn't getting the open looks he was getting?
Yeah, maybe. Because he didn't shoot in the first half at all.
Because that's what the Mavs usually do, is just
yeah.
find the open man. It wasn't like, I got to just feed him.
But Derek Jones Jr. was great. That's a minimum signing.
Boy, I love – really?
That guy, pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And see, the problem with him is and it pains me to say this because the Thunder, you know what they need? They need a guy like Derek Jones Jr.
Doesn't every team?
And he just made himself a lot of money and might have priced himself out of the Mavs.
Mm.
But the rest of them are all still going to be around.
Do the Mavs have any room for him?
They have the mid-level exception, whether it's taxpayer or non-taxpayer, but he may outkick that coverage.
Just think about it. They used to – I guess I was worried about losing Maxey.
I'd love to have him back now.
But who's going to against a bigger team?
Yeah, against a much bigger team.
I thought there's a chance he could be back.
I think they said that he started doing some light work, but that's a grade 3 tear or whatever it is. I think I heard McMahon say that usually that's like 40 days.
Okay, so don't even think about Matt.
I wouldn't count on it. Certainly, it's nice that they have a chance without having to count on it, because there's been years past where they had no chance unless he was out there.
Luka got a tech.
Luka should have gotten more.
Oh, yeah. Tony Brothers gave him a lot of leeway after that first one. And it was crazy the way that played out, because there was already the story leading up to that. Like Reggie Miller, I think it was Reggie Miller, right?
Yeah, 2 nights ago.
Just wouldn't shut up about it.
Whatever, 2 games ago.
Wouldn't shut up about it. They made it a huge storyline, somewhat rightfully so. Grant Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat rightfully so, because he was barking a lot. And, the story from one of the previous games was he didn't at all. So then they make it this whole story. They're like, he's got to be careful. He gets the one. And then later in the game, when he's very close to getting the second, it was when he just went ballistic and hit multiple big shots, brought them back into the game. It's like, he's going to take this team out of it. And the more pissed off he got, the more conversations he had with Tony Brothers the better he started playing. And then eventually he stopped at some point when the camera caught Dirk on the sideline yelling like, "Hey, shut up."
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Incredible. He does listen to Dirk, man.
Yeah.
He reveres Dirk.
I wish the camera would have stuck with Dirk, because I think he got up to
it looked like
he was
going to get up and stay on him.
like a dad.
That's exactly what it feels like. Okay, pipe down. And then eventually I guess he did. But, man, the Kyrie shot that went in, felt like that ball was off the rim for an hour. The 3 that he had to take late clock from the left wing that just bounced up, and you're thinking this game is possibly over. And then the second that it drops, you're like, they're now in control of this. It was awesome.
What'd you think about the foul challenge on SGA?
That's a foul. You don't think so?
Wait, which one?
The corner.
PJ Washington
corner
3.
Oh, okay.
That's a foul.
I thought you were bringing up the Dort.
Dort punching him in the sack?
No, no. Dort just barreling into.
Oh, yeah. The viral one, barreling into Luka.
No, Jaden Hardy.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about the end, the 2.5 minutes
3.
left or so, right?
Yeah.
The corner 3, yes. He had ball, went off the ball, then hit arm, and then PJ shot it. Which I just want to know, if the roles were reversed, are you screaming about it today?
Well, I can tell you I did not know the particulars of the sequence of that rule.
Or if they had just ruled it a foul and kept it a foul.
Yeah.
Excuse me, they did keep it a foul if they had overturned it.
Yeah. I don't know. I know that if you hit the hand after you hit ball and the ball's coming out, then you're fine. But I've never.
I mean, the ball wasn't even coming out, close to coming out.
Yeah,
like
but
that's
they kept
how
using
long
that word.
He holds it and then
dislodged, right? I've never heard that term used like that before. That is, if the ball's not dislodged and you get hand, then it's free throws.
Yeah, that got confusing to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think the broadcast booth was confused. I'll take it.
We've wondered, or I had wondered before, do the Mavs have more juniors than any other team? They've got 4 at least, right?
Yes.
With Hardaway and PJ and Derek Jones and Lively.
I did have someone email me and tell me that, and I don't know this about Derek Lively, but you can be a second even if you're like a nephew.
Well, that sounds the most confusing thing I've ever heard.
That's the difference, because I was asking last week, what's the difference between being a junior and being a second?
Huh.
But for the purposes of your research project, we're going to say that it's his pops.
Okay, so is 4 juniors more than any other team in NBA history, or like just current day NBA? And does Oklahoma City have more Jalen Williamses than any other team? Which is a very odd thing.
It is. I'm pretty confident in that one.
Now we're guaranteed. I saw this note: 6 different NBA champion in 6 years.
Player empowerment,
which is absolutely. It's the first time since the mid '70s this has happened.
Wow.
Player empowerment has done it all. So if you like parity, if you like your team having an actual chance to win the title when the season begins, and hell, even up to the trade deadline and after, like the Mavs have an actual, obviously, good chance. Thank LeBron. Thank LeBron.
I knew he.
It's because of LeBron.
I knew.
Argue with me.
Here. I'm not gonna.
I mean, just tell me that it's wrong.
I think it might be the case that well, I don't even know that this is true. I was going to say that there are more teams who have absolutely no chance, and maybe at the top it's spread out a little bit, but that doesn't even really make sense. Because it does seem like there were like 8 to 10 teams that could have won it this year.
Yeah. And usually there's
3.
Right.
Yeah.
And just looking back, because I did this study once of what's the hardest, because everybody would say the Stanley Cup is the hardest championship to win. And I determined the NBA title was the hardest championship to win because once a team won it, they were generally going to win it a couple more times.
You're boxed out.
Yeah, it's very hard to get into that area where you could actually win one. And now it's not, because a superstar might just decide he wants to join you and you have to do it.
Think the Raptors are winning any other way?
Absolutely not, yeah. And then I saw this, an interesting note. Somebody who said, back in the moment, I thought it was a mistake for KD to put so much trust in Kyrie. Now we might look back and wonder if it was a mistake for Kyrie to put that much trust in KD.
Blake is vindicated.
Blake is vindicated here.
Yeah, it doesn't help KD's case that he's already bitching about Phoenix after engineering a series of moves to get there. Also, a weird score note. Did you see the series final score was 636 to 636?
No. That is interesting.
I don't know. I like stuff like that.
I thought you hate number stuff. I love it.
I like that sort of thing.
Okay.
Because also the fact that the Mavericks came back down from 2025 twice, lost both of them, but viewed through that lens, they kind of blew them out in this series. They played a few bad halves.
Like you said
like 3 or 4,
before, like how many quarters did they win or whatever?
Yeah.
Or halves. Like it felt like even if they had gotten that call and somehow won that game yesterday, Oklahoma City, then the Mavs were going to win this series. But it was close.
The Thunder made me nervous. It seems like anytime Dallas went on a run, they would match. I was impressed by them and really impressed by SGA. Like I kind of want to hate him because he baits fouls and shoots a ton of free throws, but man, he can make shots.
I mean, they did win the most games, right?
Yeah, and he is clearly the linchpin for them. He needs some help. Chet was not aggressive. The Jalen Williamses was not what they could have been.
I don't know where they're going to get help. I mean,
well, that's why people are laughing at them for helping the Mavs facilitate their trades. Like they could have got Gafford.
They also drafted Derek Lively, didn't they?
Technically.
Yeah.
At least. No, but that's my point is that I don't know where they're going to get help. Oh, wait. It'll be the $35 million in cap space and the 11 first-round picks they have in the next handful of years.
They'll be fine.
I think they'll be okay.
No, I mean, they are lauded, and I saw another snarky tweet or something, which was something like, Sam Presti, the consensus best GM in the NBA, proved it because it only took him 8 years to get past the first round after losing KD.
Yeah, that was not a good tweet.
Got to go through the lows to get to the highs. You want to go to audio?
Yeah, sure. So the way what I wanted to do with audio, and we could play more if you want, but my whole focus was the post-game press conference. They had Luka and Kyrie together. I don't know if I'm a fan of that at all. Are you?
Well, they would never. They wouldn't do it often, but I liked it for this one. You know, Kat and Ant have been doing it a lot. Yeah. And by the way, maybe we'll play some.
Did the Thunder do like every player?
Yeah, all
I thought
together.
that's their bit.
We may have to play some of this audio tomorrow as we get ready for the Timberwolves. But are they just like letting them curse as much as they want on NBA TV or TNT now?
I mean, I know Anthony Edwards doesn't hold back
At all.
but I don't know if he ever has really.
Yeah, but at some point you feel like the PR is he getting fined for that? He's dropping an F-bomb every single press conference.
I'm sure the fines are pretty minimal compared to.
Yeah, I just wonder if like somebody with the team actually says, "Hey, could we just like not tonight?" But you're gonna hate.
I think
him.
they're afraid to say
And
anything to these guys, right?
Because I love him so much.
I don't think you're gonna hate him as much as SGA.
Man, he just doesn't stop talking.
Well, yes. It's not the foul baiting. It's just he's really good and he'll let you know about it.
And think about what he did to Bo.
Bo.
Oh, that Adam Sandler movie?
Yeah.
Bo Cruz?
Bo Cruz.
Wow, yeah.
I remember Bo Cruz. I don't remember Anthony Edwards in that.
Oh, he was dogging him big time.
Okay. Should we go back and
He was
watch
playing
that?
himself.
Maybe. Basically.
Yeah, so
Is he the next Jordan? Have you seen that?
Yeah, probably not, but I don't know that there is one, but he's definitely I mean, you have to put him above like Booker and Ja in the West right now. He's an animal, and I love watching him play. And he loves two-person press conferences.
And my focus is the bad questions.
Okay, a lot of those recently.
Now, am I saying I could do better? I am. Here's how it led off.
Kyrie, how much fun did you guys have out there tonight, and how were you able to pull that one out?
You know, so there's a lot of times where, and I don't know if you do this, Dad, it's your day to pick up Nora. I'll lead off with how much fun did you have today? And she's 4.
It certainly is a leading question.
4.
Like, and then how do you quantify you asked how much? Let me just break this down the way you asked it. 84 fun. Like, what do you say? How much fun?
To be honest with you, that's how my toddler answers.
As much fun.
She says like 100 million fun.
Next question.
This question is for both of you. You guys have been down before in the Clippers series and now tonight. Just what makes this group so resilient that you're able to come back and overcome a large deficit?
What makes it? That's terrible.
I don't know. We shoot ball in hole.
Ball go in.
Like
and
ball.
We then try to keep ball out of hole. And if we do that, Blake, enough times,
then we win the game.
Then we win the game.
I'm not marking every question because there are some good questions in here.
Yeah.
But not this one.
Question for Kyrie. End of the game, you finish up your ESPN interview. You give your shoes to the fan. I think you got your dart and you're walking off. All the fans are surrounding you, phones out, cheering you on. I'm just curious, how special are those moments to you in your career?
How special? I mean,
it actually sucks.
90,000 special.
Not very.
And what are you supposed to say? Like bringing up the kid?
Really, my daughter being there, what a beating! Like I'm asking my wife, look, I'm at work.
I had to change a diaper.
I
at
don't
halftime.
need
I was trying to drag something out of it.
Yeah, I got you in my ear.
For either or both of you guys, but you guys have been talking about Derek Lively, all season, how impressed you are with him. Has he ever stopped impressing you, especially on a night like tonight?
Yeah, there's that game in Charlotte. He really sucked.
Yeah, there's been some times when
he was late for the bus 3 times this year. Sorry, Tim.
Like I'm not actually that impressed by him at all.
So this is a question for both of y'all, Luka, Kyrie. Y'all saw the doubters that were saying that y'all wouldn't work. Kyrie, a couple months ago, you talked about the D grade that ESPN gave y'all. Could y'all talk about just D? Yeah, they gave him a D rating for the trade from the Nets. So could y'all
like this guy is so online, man.
Hey, man.
Let's see what
I wanted to ask y'all
how into All-Star game.
How does it feel to prove the doubters wrong?
Doubters.
Yeah. How does it feel?
That's a very online-y. Because, yeah.
You want to hear something from Kid real quick?
On proving the doubters wrong?
If anybody wants to talk.
What does Luka say here?
I don't think we care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever. People are okay.
Now, Kyrie's answer kind of did indicate of like, oh, yeah, so now I'm a shit player, but I don't think he really cares.
Okay.
Am I not queued up here? It's not playing.
Oh.
Let's see. Give me.
Yeah, I want to know what Kid has to say about the doubters because I'll bet you Kid wants to answer that.
Last year was a building year. Every year is not going to be a championship year. It just doesn't happen in sports that way. But I thought Nico did an incredible job this summer, and also since he's been here, putting the pieces together that fit. And then sometimes you just got to give people time, and sometimes we don't. We just rush to the point that we suck or we can't do something, right? Unfortunately, a lot of you are wrong, but that's cool. And we'll see as we go forward. But our goal is to win a championship.
Okay, so he went way further with it than, for sure, Luka, and even really Kyrie. And we've talked before about how, I don't know if it's online, but Jason Kidd knows what people are saying. But what does he want the media to do? If they say, hey, this is, you've lost 7 of 9, you're getting destroyed on the glass, your roster doesn't look like it's headed in the right direction. Are you supposed to not say that? And then if they work, when it works out, the media will then say, hey, you did a good job turning this around. But he never acknowledges, hey, you guys are saying, everyone is talking about the Mavs turnaround being like one of the stories of the season at the deadline.
Yeah.
And he's like, you guys, you were wrong. Well, you had a different team.
Right.
And last year, you missed the play-in. So, I don't know. He annoys me on that front. He's had a overall
Like,
great season.
I told you it just takes time, and you're not going to like. I saw another thing this weekend. People were resurfacing that old Giannis press conference
after he got
eliminated. He's like, important things in life and kids and war.
You're not going to win it every year.
Yeah, like I don't laud the Giannis press conference.
I know you don't,
because while true,
I'm not here to think about that.
Right, we're in the sports world here. We're in the little bubble where you don't need to remind me that there is war and famine and blah blah blah. Right? Yeah, there are things that are probably more important than Giannis winning another title. Not right now, though. While we just lost, and you're sitting there at the podium.
That's the most important thing right now.
Yeah, don't want to hear about it. Here's the last one. I say it's a silly question, but I think, at least my last one, if you have more, I think it's a silly question, but I do believe the answer's kind of cool.
Along those same lines, Luka, as a brother and as a teammate, what does Kyrie mean to you? Kyrie, as a teammate and a brother, what does Luka mean to you?
Oh, we're getting emotional now.
Now, we are assuming, too, that as a brother, and it's just, I don't know, do you need to say that? Or maybe you just say, what does Kyrie mean to you?
This feels like a after the season question, too.
All of these kind of feel a bit like a...
Yeah,
the banner has been hung.
Yeah,
now, that's why I hate any of this stuff.
Yeah.
I hated it all last year with the Cowboys as the momentum of the wins were growing, and it's like, why is this team different? This team's clearly different. Obviously, going into this playoffs, everything's different, and then it wasn't.
No, it was worse.
Yeah. But, like you said, they didn't make the playoffs last year. Want me to keep playing their answer?
Let's do that one tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I want to talk about it a little bit more, and it's kind of long, as you said.
Okay.
The last one I have, well, I got a weird question, too, for you here, and it's about social media.
Every other day or so, you're tweeting out tribes.
This is for Kyrie.
Stay together no matter what. And
You know what?
You're always treating about your tribe.
That's a really good point.
Every other day or so, you're tweeting out tribes stay together no matter what. And that's a message that resonates even outside of basketball. What would you say to those young kids that are trying to find their tribe and, how to do that importantly?
I mean, I guess.
Can't you just talk about your defense and rebounding? Like, didn't you just play a basketball game?
Well, you're also trying to get on Kyrie's good side.
Yeah.
Very much so.
But if you talk tribe and you understand that he wants to speak to the kids and all that, so yeah.
And he did have another tribe tweet today where he's speaking to someone. Everyone, I guess.
No, that's a different tribe.
I thought he liked the Indian.
No.
He was in Cleveland?
I mean, he is technically Native American.
Yeah, he's tweeting out stuff about Joe Carter and Albert Bell.
No, he's not talking to that tribe.
Do you guys know Luka's crutch word? This is my last one.
Amazing.
Here for both of you, can you give me one word to describe what this comeback was? And can you also just talk about Jason Kidd's ability in coaching that helped you win this series?
Amazing.
Is that his full answer for all those questions?
Yes. Kyrie picked it up from there.
Anytime, yeah. What's Derek Lively been like? Amazing.
He's been amazing. He's been amazing.
How do you think Coach Kidd coached this series?
Coach is just amazing.
He's amazing.
He may take a detour for unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's been unbelievable.
See, why do we do these press conferences? They're all for layup answers. I mean, and even seriously though, if I was there and I had to just ask 10 questions, I just don't know what you can really do there. Like, talk about.
You need to go on a podcast. Is what you need to do.
That's what they should do.
Real questions. Yeah. Now, I can promise you that tomorrow, when I present to you Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns, you will say, "I'm glad they did this press conference." That's a guarantee.
That is a tease ahead.
It's a guarantees.
Also, we have a guest coming up here if we want to tease ahead, and I think you're going to love him, Chappy. Chappy, you don't care about the Mavs at all. You didn't say a goddamn word during that whole thing.
He really doesn't.
Hey, I was just soaking it in.
You just don't like all the tattoos and cornrows.
Actually, I have bet on the NBA every single day since the Super Bowl.
That doesn't mean he knows much about it.
This is very uncharacteristic of me. So I couldn't tell you 10 people, but I could tell you every single game since February.
How you doing?
I'm breaking even.
That's all it's about. Right?
You know what? For me to break even and really not even know basketball, and now it's like, okay, so we got Boston and the Pacers, and the Boston's already 7, 8, 9 point favorites, and that series is just kind of waiting on whoever, and whatever happens between the Timberwolves and the Mavs. But no, just like last night. I mean, I was somewhere Saturday and saw the Mavs come back, and last night I had a wager. I had 4.5, and I'll wrap up with it. I had 4.5, and I had T-Wolves. And I'm like, well, Denver's 17 points up, very similar to the Mavs and the Thunders. And I thought, man, this game is over. Got over there and started working on a tune on my guitar, and I got back over there, and it was tied up. And I was like, how did this happen? So, yeah, I'm kind of into basketball. I couldn't tell you any players, but I can tell you the trends.
Okay.
How insane would it be if it's Pacers Mavs?
My God.
You know who we have to call. A man whose Spanish soccer team just won their division.
We should call him anyway, yeah.
We should, but I want to wait and see what happens here. Because the amount of dredging up of that Tim Cato article and of Rick's comments to Tim McMahon and of everything Haralabob has said, hell, some of the stuff he said to us might get run. And it's pretty unlikely, but if that happens, that's wild, man. Especially if it required the Pacers beating the Knicks on the way there. Like, that's already part of the storyline with
I thought Brunson, Luka would have been a great storyline.
That would have been great. Maybe more fun, but this one is more
nationally better.
This one is more
of the Knicks.
FU.
Yeah,
it'd be so great.
Yeah, could Rick stop Luka?
I mean, it's.
I
get excited just thinking about it.
NBA Chappy says we don't have to worry about what?
The NBA would hate that. Dallas and Indianapolis.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
that's horrible.
I think Dallas Boston is probably what they're rooting for right now. Right? They don't want Minnesota. The hell's Minnesota?
It's closer than it's been before, but yeah.
I mean, as far as population and all that kind of stuff.
What the hell is Minnesota?
Yeah, what is it? Who cares? All right.
The Dumb Zone. There are times in life you wish you had a do-over. A chance to warp back in time to change your fate. Back to before you made the wrong choice. If you're in a wreck, make the smart choice right away. Frankel and Frankel. Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frankel first.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
Are you guys prepared for the 2024 Olympic Games? Dan, where are they?
Société Paris.
That's right. Dan was just there. That's the only reason he knows that.
I saw so many Olympic signs.
I'm glad they're doing it in a major city.
Yeah, because sometimes they do it in, like, White Settlement.
Well, or they'll do it.
Yeah, this time they've chosen a city.
Maybe.
No puppet.
All right. That was good times. Remember when Danny was on the show?
That was great.
Wasn't that fun?
Yeah.
He's not there today, or here today. Chappy is here today.
Chappy's here.
And don't want you to forget. And we have a guest that I think you're going to like talking to, Chappy. In fact, let's play Chappy some videos so he knows who our guest is. And I think he'll be amused by, I hope he'll be amused by what we have coming up. What do you want to start with, 2?
Yeah, so just for some background, I think we were talking, the only one of us that got any of the Ohio State commencement was Dan.
Yeah.
That didn't come across my feed, maybe because he's Ohio guy. Who knows about these things? But I got this one car salesman that came across my Instagram, and he would react to TikTok videos and then use those to sell cars. And the way that he did it was so funny. It actually kind of reminds me of you. in a way, Chappy.
Mm-hmm.
And
like,
so yeah,
this is Chappy with technology.
Kind of.
Yeah.
If you were to be pedaling cars, so let's play one. And this is kind of what he would do.
Okay.
To pick me up so we can go on a movie date, and I spent like an hour and a half getting ready.
Well, you look like shit. But anyway, we got this 23 Dodge Charger. Next time, JCPenney, $5.99 shirts, get it.
All right, his name is Doug Townson. He's in Louisiana, and yeah, he would just start firing off, a 5-6 second TikTok video. Then he would respond, and then, hey, while on the subject, hey, we got this car for you. Okay, let me play another one.
You like 4?
Yeah.
Is next? Okay, here you go, Chappy.
Y'all know what the best thing you can do for your man after a long day of work is?
You, your sister, and a butt plug. Hey, we got a 2013 Camaro for $9,000. Come holler and bring your sister too.
Okay, you kind of understand the bit?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I'll give you one more. And then we're going to, this guy's going to join us.
Yeah.
Right?
I really don't know what's gotten into me recently.
Not nutrition. Hey, we got a 24 Willys. Just came in. Come holla.
So he's great. So I played these videos for them, and then our listeners kind of became infatuated with them, and we kind of kicked around, hey, we should book him. So we did. And he joins us. Doug Townsend, straight from Louisiana.
Doug Townson.
Thank y'all. Hey, y'all.
Right from his office at the dealership.
Look at him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nice to meet you guys. I'm very appreciative of y'all getting me on the show.
So, specifically, I think I know it, but I'll let you give it. What is the name of your dealership, and where are you located?
Name of my dealership is Rainbow Chrysler Dodge Jeep of Amite, and we are in Amite, Louisiana.
Okay. Where were you born?
I was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I'm from a town called Watson, Louisiana, which I've been my entire life. I haven't left. And Watson's about 25 minutes from this city.
How long have you been in the car game?
Oh my God. So I make year 21 coming up this next year. So the whole gig was we had the Chrysler Dodge went on strike this year, right? And sales sucked. It was brutal. It's the first time in my entire life I thought about getting out the car business. But because I make videos and put them on Facebook, nobody freaking watch them at all. Can I cuss?
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
trying not to.
I would prefer that you do.
Please
I want you to be you.
Oh, my mama said, don't cuss. Them people ain't going to like you. And I was like, I'll try not to, Ma. But I got on Facebook. There's 2 backstories. So I got on Facebook. I was posting fucking videos. Nobody was fucking watching them at all. The next thing, I did TikTok videos. And I got banned from TikTok for making those kind of videos. So that didn't work. And then all of a sudden, the fucking strike happened, and it devastated the car business. Like, I sell cars, and my car got repoed. We were making nothing. And so I walked out there, and I was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to make some gangster-ass videos, because if I'm going to hell, I might as well go to hell pumping the gas. And I told the owner, I was like, listen, I'm going to make a little bit edgy videos, but, you know, nothing you would find. And he's like, yeah, you know.
We've done that with
Go
bosses
ahead.
in radio before. Like, yeah, it's going to be a little close to the line, but you'll be fine with it in the end. Yeah.
Yeah. A girl just sent me her tit pics. It's so fucking awesome being famous. Not really, but whatever. I swear to God, it's like jack off stuff every day.
Okay.
That's awesome, dude.
I love it. You're
sorry,
fine. I just
sorry,
want you
I'm
to.
sorry.
I want your story.
So
we want you to be you.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying. I don't want to. I'm not like this. Is really how the fuck I am. Anyway, so that
I
night
believe you.
prior to the going viral, I had a little girlfriend, and we'll call her Amanda. And she told me I wasn't making any money in car business, and she left me. So I was like, well, fuck. So I was in my feelings that day. So I turned around and made some videos telling the consumer what I really fucking thought and posted them. Didn't think nothing. I walk inside, and I just got Instagram, by the way. Like Instagram, like what? Now it's like day 13, so this is 2 days after logging into Instagram. By an hour and a half later, it was at like 300,000. I was like, "What the fuck?" And the owner's like, "What did you post?" And I was like, "Nothing." So I kept rolling with it, and lo and behold, I mean, we have been busy since day one. The dealership got brought back to life. People came back to work. Our service department's been rocking with oil changes and shit I fucked up. And it's just, look, I'm great at selling cars, but I'm fucking horrible at paperwork. So thank God I worked for the same owner for all these years. He don't fucking fire me. But that's mainly what happened, you know. And there's no, I didn't think about the videos. I don't think about the videos at all. I just turn around and say it, and whatever happens, happens. Sometimes I bomb completely, but it's a true bomb. You know, it's not like I get paid for this shit. I didn't think anybody was fucking paying attention, but I guess they are.
So do you just like you see a TikTok
happened.
video coming across your timeline and you just immediately think this is one I want to use as a reaction to?
So really, this is what happened. So one comes across and I'm like, I would like to have relations with her. Let me try to get her attention. So I'm going to talk shit about her. There's one video I stitched. The girl called me next day. I fucked her that night. Boom. Yeah. So
which one?
I can't.
He's a gentleman.
The one that needs nutrition?
Yeah. No. You know, 3 weeks ago, that would have been a gourmet meal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
So would you rather score or sell a car? Like what you've got two things that come from your videos.
Oh.
Sophie's choice.
Well, oh God. Well, nowadays score because I love the buffet. You know, It's just I love selling cars. A lot of people hate car salesmen, and I fucking get it because they're gonna make $1 on you no matter what you do. You think you win, but you ain't. But a lot of people over the years have always come back to me, and I try to. It's almost like a sales process. I relax them, and I make money on them, and I'll tell them when we're doing the paperwork. And they're like, they always say, "Well, I don't mind you making $1 off of me. I just ain't gonna let you take me to the cleaners." And I'll say, "Well, listen, I'm going to take you to the cleaner. It's just which way you want to do laundry." So, and that's true. But I sold a lady yesterday her 23rd vehicle. So I probably have the best comebacks and
retention
and yeah, I don't know big words. I'm from fucking Watson. Like people just come back and they come back claim repeat business and then they send me referrals, and that's how I've been keeping it going. I pay child support. I go to strip clubs. I fuck bitches and I sell cars. I mean, that is literally what I do. And anybody and everybody that fucking knows me, that's what they're gonna say. He a whore, and he loves comic books. I gotta love comic books, you know. But nobody ever asked me about comic books. I can tell you stupid comic book facts, but whatever. But I literally like to say I was raised in a strip club. You know, how the strippers played me for my dollars. I picked it up. It's called a straight line sale, and that's what I do. You know. So
you learned from the best.
I do. You know, even though I got somewhat famous, there's this girl, and she still won't give me none. And I'm literally trying to text her, "Hey, I'm famous now. Do you want to give me some?" She's like, "Fuck off." So, but it doesn't work all the
Sometimes
time.
it's like that.
But
Sometimes.
yeah, but as far as like selling cars, dude, I think I'm just a natural born salesman. I think that's, if I was selling boats, I would be successful. But cars is my thing. I love cars, and this is what I do. So.
Yeah, we're kind of new at this ourselves, as far as this video game and broadcasting to this, on YouTube and everything. What if we hired you as like a social media consultant?
Yeah, I would so do it. Do I get to leave Amite, Louisiana? I would like a vacation. Yeah, I checked you guys out. A lot of people freaking text me, and I'll screenshot it to you. I don't like screenshotting people's personal messages at all, but y'all have like what they call a cult following. It's what we call it. And people were excited that I was going to be on y'all's show. I wrote down all the list. Like, people were like, "Hey, give me a shout out." What the fuck? I ain't gonna remember that. I just met you yesterday. But yeah, I was hella excited about coming on the show, and this is my third podcast. The first podcast I walked off. I probably hurt that dude's feelings. The second one, we talked. It was more like they want to know in-depth shit about sales. I'm like, dude, I love strippers. Ask me about that. but I couldn't tell. But it was like a real estate thing. I don't know. But at least y'all asked me questions, so I like it. So
yeah, I mean, I think you're a natural-born salesman and also a natural-born marketer, because this is I've watched so many of these videos and I cannot stop laughing at them every time, and they make me want to buy a car. So I think you found the formula.
Well, guys, like, okay, so I'm not sexist. I do love women in a mature way. But most of my clientele is guys. What do guys like? Tits, ass, and vehicles. So put them all in there. Put them all in there. And when I was doing the TikTok videos, I made a certain community mad. And I didn't ever say anything. I mean, it's out there. And I was like, because I said I was straight, you can't say that? And they're like, yeah. I was like, okay. So now I'm just going to make stuff of boobs and ass. And I made some other ones for them, too. So it's all good.
Inclusive.
I covered all the bases.
Yeah, there you go.
Inclusive. I got a Ford one out there for the Mustangs. I don't know if y'all watched that one. That was just for them. So, it works. It works. But that's mainly what it is. Guys love that stuff. I love that stuff. I love Jeeps are my thing. I love Jeeps. I still get excited about when a new Jeep pulls up. And that and girls. I literally work 20 minutes down the street from a strip club that's been there since 1936. Some people call it a whorehouse. I call it a strip club. Either way, they get naked. So shout out to the mansion.
Doug, how old are you?
I'll be 44 this year. I'm 43. 43.
So you could pull off 32.
You look great.
Yeah, you look awesome.
That's just because I'm on a screen. Like, most women, when they come, they always leave disappointed. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like they've been catfished. So, but yeah.
So, what have these last few weeks been like? Like, you sent me a video today of a band sent you a video. So how are you taking fame?
So about last week, I get a text message in my box, and it was from, I hope he's not mad that I'm saying this, because it's not like I showed everybody. It was from Breaking Benjamins, which is one of my favorite bands, like, for real. And I text back, And he texted me back, and I was like, maybe it's the real dude. It was the real dude. And then he's like, who else you like? And I cried. That was the first time I cried in probably 3 years. We just got over the strike, and I didn't know what and how we were going to do things. Like, it's very overwhelming when you work somewhere that you don't know if you're going to make it the next day, and of no fault of your own other than you can't get cars. So I think what we've turned this business around is remarkable. I think everybody, even the sales guys here, are so ecstatic over the videos because, I mean, God, we're making money hand over fist. Everybody's making money. So there's a guy right now that's buying a car. I got him $450 a month. He's so excited. He's going to sit out there until I'm done. He'll wait there 2.5 hours. So, but I'm just, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this other than I'm excited. And other celebrities have hit me up too, which is fucking nuts. Like, they're like, you're so funny. And I'm like, are you giving me a job? I don't know how to take that. But I want to do stand-up so bad. That would be the overall goal. Not for, like, to get famous or nothing. I just want to get up in front of a bunch of people so I can make them laugh. Hopefully, I get a set of double Ds on a 135-pound frame, and that's the bonus right there. That's what I want to do. Fuck and sell cars. So, sorry, Mom.
Yeah, you don't seem that concerned about Mom. Her advice was wrong. Sometimes moms are wrong,
So my mom was at the grocery store, and she was like, "Oh my God, have you seen your son's videos?" And my mom was like, yeah. And she goes, well, what do you think about that? And she goes, well, if it gets him laid, I'm all good with it. So that's where
it's important to have
where
support
I'm at right now.
Family support.
Yeah, good structure.
Yeah.
Yes. But my mom is the only person I was worried about because she's so religious, like so religious. But whatever I got to do to provide for the family, she's good with. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going with this. I couldn't tell you if it's going to last. If it doesn't last, hey, it doesn't last. But you know what? I'm still selling a bunch of fucking cars. So that'll last for a little while. And child support's paid up for the year, motherfuckers. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Take that, shove it up your fucking ass, bitches. Nah, I love my baby mamas. I got 2 really good baby mamas. I ain't talk shit about them. So.
All right, man.
Yeah.
So I had an idea of how I wanted to end this, Doug, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Sure. I would like you, in the same vein as your videos, I would like you to sell our podcast to people. Sell the Dumb Zone for us.
Okay. So do I get a hot? Okay. Sell the Dumb Zone.
If you need a minute to think about it, go ahead. But I just thought, you're so good at selling cars, and we're struggling.
We might need to employ him to do,
Yeah.
We'll do something off the air, like make, pick out a TikTok that we hate.
First thing that's going to come to mind. Yes. There's a couple of podcasts. You know what I'm saying without saying it. When they flash up to their, hey, come watch, blah, blah, blah. And you cut in and be like, listen, you want to get paid, laid, and in the shade? Come to our podcast. Right?
That's right. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, check out the Dumb Zone.
Yeah.
So, okay.
All right. Give me a sec.
That's what we'll have to do. We'll have to find some videos.
Yeah, of people
of other podcasts
pitching their stuff.
Yeah.
Would you be down for that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Do you do all the mixing together on your own? The video work?
Yeah, bro, I don't have a team.
The editing.
I
I just didn't know if you're doing all the editing and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
You call. I don't know if that's called editing. What's it called? Editing? No, I just mix them together. I just hit the button, and however it rolls, it rolls.
Hey, you need to trade,
and it works.
You need to trademark "Come Holla."
Somebody went behind my back and did it.
Oh,
that's fucking asshole. Like, I don't know. I don't know a lot about the business world, and I assume people are going to take advantage of it. I know. It's not like I can call somebody that knows anything other than selling cars. Well, we went to go do Come Holler, and somebody did it, and they even took the website, Doug Townson. So I don't know. Yeah. What a fucking asshole. I'll find that motherfucker. I'll fuck his mom. But yeah, he sent me a message. It's like I know who it is. So I went and got a lawyer for the first time since child support, and she's on it right now. So
nice.
It's very crazy that I'm going to attempt to get Come Holler back if I knew what the fuck that meant. So, anyway.
Well,
but yeah, I'm very appreciative of you guys. Let me on your podcast and let me give the dealership a shout out, and I'm grateful for y'all's audience. I really was excited to talk to you from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah, if he gives us one, can we mix it in later?
Yeah.
Like we'll watch our own thing and just slap you in. So give us one of those, like you're interrupting a stupid podcast and you're telling people to come listen to the Dumb Zone.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll work this out.
Okay.
Well, we might need portrait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying.
Yeah, and you need to be in your lot. We'll do this after the interview.
Yeah, it needs to be on the lot, too.
Yeah, we need to be on the lot.
Okay,
yeah. It's hard because I turn around and I turn around and hit the car. I'll come up with something, but you want me to do the fucking hey, Dumb Zone. It's not gonna roll with it.
Yeah.
But I'll make a custom one for you.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, you're awesome.
Yeah,
this will not be the last time we speak. I can promise you that.
That's right.
I hope not.
We're gonna have you on every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad things are going well. Go take care of that customer.
Thank you. Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all so much.
Thanks,
Thank
Doug.
y'all.
Good
Later,
meeting
Doug.
you, man.
Come holla.
All right. Bye.
All right. Well, yeah, Jake's the one who owns that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he's great at business.
That's got to be the wildest ride we've had, right? I mean, that was incredible.
Good booking, Blake. How about Blake?
Blake.
I was so excited for that because, some people just act for the camera or social media or whatever. And so when I started texting him, I'm like, I just didn't know what his deal was.
See,
but he texts exactly like he acts.
See, I love my family in Louisiana dearly, and they're not to that degree necessarily of like country, but very few people down there are faking anything. That's just not how people down there are. So if he's doing that on video, I was not surprised that actually the videos are a lot tamer than
Is he the Cajun Chappy?
Well,
the Cajun extra foul mouth Chappy. I'll bet Chappy could.
I mean, he paid his child support.
Yeah,
that's right.
I mean, I was growing respect as the guy rolled along there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's divorced. I mean, if you listen to his ideology, I'm surprised he left her. But yeah,
I don't think he left her.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So Chappy's leaving in like a half hour.
No.
Right?
No, like
now.
Oh, I thought you had to leave by 2:30.
2.
Oh, okay. You're leaving now?
Yeah, just a sec. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right.
I wanted to roll through some NFL schedule release videos.
We should probably go to the other side.
What do you mean?
Like, let him go. I thought we said we were going to do a second. He could just walk out. He knows how to get out.
Yeah.
Oh,
skedaddle.
You want us to do a break, or or say about it? Let's get some closing remarks from Chappy. Let's talk to Chappy for just a few minutes before you leave, because it is actually 5 till 2.
I did tell all these guys about the video that you accidentally, the movie, the 50s Western that you accidentally let Nora watch.
Yeah, let's finish with that. And then maybe I could come back and, give you my thoughts on the upcoming season. And I thought it was a spectacular draft with
all right, so back to the...
Wait a minute. Don't. Yeah, I get it. Business as usual. 6 quarterbacks taken in the first 12 picks. So who got it right, who got it wrong. So, yeah, I'm going to leave and go get Nora here in a little bit. But
like you have to leave an hour and a half early.
He was going to go get lunch. But I didn't want to explain this whole thing.
All right.
Yeah. Plus, I am a little bit slower these days. But anyway, it was a couple of weeks ago.
In fact, when you guys drive, you follow Jake here, right?
Yes, we met in South Lake.
Do you and with Chappy being notoriously cheap, I was thinking about this as I entered the, what do you call it? The pay lane, the express lane.
He doesn't have a tag.
I don't have a tag.
I asked.
Yeah.
You don't have a toll tag?
I probably do, buried down in the console somewhere, but I don't make a lot of trips from here to Dallas or whatever. Now, I'm on the open road all the time, but I don't typically come from here to downtown Dallas.
You just get a toll tag, you put the sticker on your car, and it's done.
Well, I don't usually keep a car more than a year, but you're right. I have a toll tag. It's in the console.
Somewhere.
I found it. Yeah, I found it after I told him I didn't. The reason I wanted to follow him here is because of just what I ran into down there, which is I couldn't even get in the garage.
Yeah, well, I just didn't know if Jake knows your bit and won't even go in the pay lane.
I mean, I said,
do you drive side
streets? I take the express lane.
Yeah, I said not today.
Okay.
I said that I don't have a toll tag on me.
Okay.
But each to their own.
All right. Sorry. What were we talking about? Oh, you let Nora watch X-rated movies.
Well, that's not exactly what went down. I love the paraphrase, but no, it was about 3.
She's going to grow up sometime.
Yeah, right? I mean, why not? I had Carter on my motorcycle, so it was like I haven't sent him the picture yet because I know he'd freak out. But it wasn't moving. It was stationary.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were at a red light.
Yeah. It wasn't like the time Joe.
Why does he need a helmet? I didn't grow up with a helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like the time Joe was 8 and was on the back of my motorcycle and burned his leg to the bone. But
I forgot about that. The exhaust. Yeah.
It wasn't bad when I dropped
Were you already divorced?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That didn't precipitate.
It was one of those weekends as I dropped him off.
I bet she was real fired up about that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But
you put an 8-year-old on your motorcycle?
Oh, I was out in the country.
I'm playing the part of Jake's mom.
Well, it wasn't bad until he got off and he had on shorts, and then his leg.
And I'm sure then she was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
It was in the country.
Yeah,
And I guess it's fine that the 8-year-old was on the.
I'm not too sure that's the way it went, but he still got a mark on his leg. So Jake calls me as I'm leaving here about 3 weeks ago, maybe a month, the day after we had both Carter and Nora, which, was 5 or 6 hours of over to house. And I have a TV outside. Most people do, out on the patio. And
most people, yes. Probably 98% of America.
Well, but most people don't watch what I watch.
Okay.
Which is shows that were made in the 50s and 60s, Rawhide, Gunsmoke, Wanted Dead or Alive, Bonanza. You get the drift. Black and white, 80 years old. So I'm watching The Virginian, which was made in 64, 65. It's a Western. And she comes out, and there's 2 women tied up around a chair, because these guys are robbing a bank. And they've got on petticoats all the way down to the floor. And she goes, "Chappy, why? Those women are tied up." I said, "Yeah."
Your granddaughter calls you Chappy?
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
It's on his license plate.
Yeah.
It is on his license plate.
It's also nice because you get crowded with the names you can use, with grandma, grandpa.
Yeah, she's got 4 or 5 grandpas, right?
Yeah.
She does. Yeah. So she goes, "Why are those people tied up?" I said, "Well, that's just part of the show here. They're sisters and somebody's robbing the bank, so they don't want those people over there to interrupt that. And she's asking me who the bad people are, who the good people are, what's going on. We're eating lunch out there. All right. Didn't think anything of it. Day goes by. Jake calls me up. I can always tell when he's going to go somewhere that's a little uncomfortable. You know, he's talking about this, you're talking about that, and then all of a sudden he's, hey, this, hey, Nora kind of says that there was some bondage going over there yesterday with women tied up in sex.
No, I did. I said, hey, Nora told Kristen that she watched an adult movie with Chappy where 2 women were tied up. And then when I asked him about it, it eventually dawned on him, and he's like, well, I explained to her that the guys with guns were the bad guys, and they were holding these women hostage over something that happened at a bar, and they're robbing this bank. And he's like, I explained it to her. And I'm like, let's just think about what you just – adult movie to her means it's not a cartoon.
Yeah, so she hasn't really watched anything with guns.
No, I mean, there are some things in Disney movies that I find a little bit close, honestly.
It's different from us growing up with Bugs Bunny where they were actually they had a guy
357.
Yeah.
You got to hunt and find even those kind of shows, though, like the Roadrunner and these ones that don't exist typically on TV any longer because of
woke. Yeah, Obama. Cartoon violence, right?
Yeah. So I didn't think anything about it. But now I know that Westerns.
It will be interesting to see Nora's generation grow up, and they will not commit any violence because there was no cartoon.
Yeah.
There wasn't the
Totally
cartoon violence that we grew up with, and that's why we're shooting up schools.
Well, you left Carter out of that.
Yeah.
No, that may be different.
Yeah.
Because from what I've seen from him, he's wound up 6 ways to Sunday, and he's ready to go.
Yeah.
So, I don't know about that youngster, but he's going to be a good one.
I don't know. We'll see.
Just got to focus his whatever to the other team, right?
Yeah. Hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was fun.
Thanks, Pops.
That was funny.
Didn't this it feels like I have heard stories like this though where your mom got mad because Joe would tell Mom, hey, we got to watch whatever.
Yeah.
Both of them.
So my point is for Jake, there's an MO here. You know what you're into. You bought your ticket. You're like
I wasn't upset. I wasn't upset about it.
I'm going to let Chappy watch the daughter. She might be watching Kill Bill 2 this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it just totally went over my head when he started asking me. I was like, what?
And you got to watch what you're watching in different eras, because I found this out with my daughter when I said, oh, I think she'd love, you know what I grew up with? The original Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
What a fun, it's about baseball. She loves sports.
Ragtag team.
Yeah, just kids, and it's going to be fun. And
How'd it
within
go?
the first literal 2 minutes, there's every racial slur in the book.
Including the big one.
And then topped off with the big one, the N one. But, yeah, any because that's what the team was made up of, Hispanics and Italians and Irish and a black kid.
There you go.
So the point is, yes, then that's what you used in the, 70s, 80s, whatever. That would just be in a movie.
Especially the 70s. I mean,
and it was known as a kid's movie.
Yeah.
It's like that's what you wanted to watch. They had a girl picture, and we all dreamed if we could date that girl, perhaps.
I mean, think back to All in the
John
Family.
McEnroe.
All in the Family. I mean,
is that Tatum O'Neal? You have no idea. Why am I looking at
you? You look at Blake.
I don't know.
Yes.
All right, Dad. Well, thanks for being here.
The answer is yes.
And I hope
Thank
you get
for
home
having it.
okay.
Well, you need to hope I get back to where I'm going.
I feel like he could get turned around.
You will have to stop and work out.
I have kettlebells.
We know when you're on the road.
Oh,
you like to stop
Oh, yeah.
along the side of the highway.
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't even pull out into the
Yeah, I got a big trip coming up next month too, so I'm gonna be making a video of my workouts.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you got what's his name's idea?
I mean, especially the part where he said I'm looking for a set of double D's on a frame of 135. I mean, he talks about it like it's a car or something. I mean,
that's right.
I'm like, what did he just say? Well, thank you all for all having me.
Ladies and gentlemen,
thank you.
Good to see you, Chappy.
Hey, good to see y'all.
Chappy. Is he just going to walk out, or do we need to break?
You can just go.
All right. Well, we'll see you. Way to cover up your junk.
Bye.
Love you, Dad. Don't get turned around in here, and don't stop and talk to anybody else.
See, that'll make him late.
Yeah.
He does. He will start up a conversation on you. You can just leave that laying here. We'll,
leave it there.
If he knows he's going out the back. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I wanted to get to schedule release videos. How long have we been going? I want to just kind of...
Very long.
Yeah, we're pushing 150.
Okay.
Let me just give you some highlights then.
Got more shows?
We do have more shows. You want to just save all of this?
No.
'Cause it's a video day.
We are producing on the fly today.
Yeah.
Did we have to do something? Just go.
All right, I'll
Just
give you
do
some
it.
highlights.
Do it as much as
and
you
like
want.
you said, we have more shows.
I'm in no
we can
hurry.
do more video stuff. In fact, let's just do 5 hours today, and we won't work tomorrow. Right? We'll just cut it in half. Anyway, NFL schedule release videos. So I told you guys I watched all of these, all 32 teams, because this is the new bit. And we did play you the Cowboys one last week on one of the video shows, I believe, or the day that it was released.
Yeah, and theirs was, 90 seconds? Some were 4 or 5 minutes, right?
Let's take a look at the Cowboys. The Cowboys was 3:42.
Oh.
Some were 4 or 5 minutes. Some were very short. And believe me, as a guy who sat there and watched 32 of these, that played a part in my grading system because I graded each one of these.
Yeah.
And I thought you guys would be interested to know that so I gave, A's through F's, as you do in grades. And then after I did it, I thought, I'm going to go let's search, because there's some of them have a lot of really intricate stuffs, Easter eggs. Some are based on video games, and I can tell it's a spoof, but I don't know what the video game is. So I printed an article from the New York Times, which ranked all 32 schedule release videos. So I just thought this was amusing, because I do agree. Everybody said, and we said it before, the Los Angeles Chargers is kind of great, and I agree. That was my best one. They were number 2 on the New York Times list. The number 1 on the New York Times list was the Eagles, and I gave them an F.
That's awesome.
Whoa.
Yes, I thought it was horrible.
That checks out perfectly.
But let me just kind of scroll through or roll through some of these for you, and I'll show you where I started. Was just with the 49ers. The 49ers actually had 2 of them.
That's unstable.
And we're not sure whose was the official. So one of them was pretty low rent, still graphics. I have it up here now. So where they're just
sketches.
It kind of lists the opponents, and it's, like I said, still graphics. The Dallas one is like a guy walking into a saloon.
This is pretty weak.
I'm just fast forwarding through some of these. Yeah, this sucks, right?
Dolphins were playing Miami Vice music.
It's only 137.
It's only 137. The next 49ers one, I don't know. You can help explain this to me.
The 2024 schedule is finally here. I know just the right person to get me fired up for this upcoming
Who is this person?
That's John Lynch,
guys,
right?
That person.
This person.
Good to see you all again. It's good to be back. We got the schedule.
So it's someone that
released,
appears,
and
if you're
looks like
listening,
we're gonna be playing
it's someone
a
that
lot of
appears
tough
to be
teams this
Pat
year.
from SNL.
We just gotta be
ish.
ourselves.
Perhaps, yeah, but
could be a guy,
younger,
could be a lady,
maybe 20,
Or
15,
if I
don't
accidentally
know.
Eat a carb. You know what I mean? We've got some new guys in the building.
So, yeah. So they end up.
Is it supposed to be Nick Bosa?
I believe so.
Where I work on
Pat
these
from
quads.
Pat from SNL is
I don't really sound like that, do I?
imitating Bosa.
Boy, that's
so yeah, that kind of sucks.
not very good.
And then it lists. So they just do a bit.
It must be some sort of bit that in their building they think he talks like that.
Okay, so in their building, they think that might be funny.
The problem is it's for the public.
Here's the Eagles one.
They're just a 49ers podcast host.
These are all Fs, by the way.
Here today?
Enlighten me.
We want to assess the psychological readiness of Eagles fans ahead of the 2024 season.
You think we're ready? We're ready.
So they're giving Eagles fans
Okay, why don't we get
Psych
started,
tests.
shall we?
the ink blots. What is that? The Rorschach?
Rorschach, yeah.
What's the first words that you think of when I show you this?
They're going to Brazil to get their first loss of the season.
So they just had the ink blot test with every team and every team's ink blot.
Their logo, yeah.
It sucks.
Right there at the
Right? How did that get ranked number 1 by the New York Times? The failing New York Times, I should say.
Yeah, that's not good.
I also gave an F to New Orleans. They were interviewing candidates for their social media director. I can just play you the very beginning of it. Let's see here.
All right. So as you know, much like every other professional sports team, we rely on one single intern to do all of our social media accounts. Thankfully, we have
So in that sense, that's funny
great group
because
of
they
candidates
do.
on deck.
That's what people do.
Cloudy and swarm.
So then it rolls through various air quotes celebrities. Drew Brees is one of them. There's one of them.
Ian Rappaport.
Ian Rappaport.
We're
Yeah.
seeing a gap in your resume since 2022. I mean, care to explain?
Well, I retired.
So that's Drew Brees. It's not good, and it's 3:15. They post the schedule at the end, so they just do this bit for the whole time and then post the schedule.
Yeah, it seems like that's one of a couple options you can go with here, right? Like you can just do some sort of bit that has nothing to do, like the Post Malone Cowboys one. I feel like they did Jerry and Post Malone doing beer pong, and he gives him a chain, and then somewhere at the end you get the schedule. Like that's one way, like what New Orleans did. The other is you have to incorporate the schedule into the bit.
But I think one of the best I've ever seen, I think it was either the Chargers or Vikings, or maybe Falcons, did a Game of Thrones intro where each week was a different.
That was awesome.
Yeah, but that's cool because the whole thing is the schedule, not a bit. And there's a theme.
Yeah.
4 teams got Fs from me. 10 teams got Ds. Tennessee
Red Stallion Girl.
is an example. I don't know who she is. Is she famous online?
Theirs was really good last year.
Red Stallions Girl.
Bengals. Yeah.
The only thing that kept this from an F is that the chick's kind of hot.
That's Doug Townsend's ideal lady.
Who?
Like
apparently. Okay, so here's the story.
What are we doing?
So they did this same video last year.
Yes.
Okay.
And they do it especially like obviously in Nashville, you're going to get a lot of probably like bachelorette parties and stuff also. So she answered last year when they asked her about the Falcons. She said the Red Stallions. And people thought that was funny.
Oh, and she got famous from that.
Yes.
Okay, but the bit is they will walk up to people and show them a logo, and these people don't watch the NFL.
Yeah.
So they say, tell us this team's nickname.
Yeah. And they also have to do like Kimmel does or Jay Leno had to do with jaywalking. They're talking to 40 people who know exactly who the Falcons logo is. Now, you can also do some selection bias by who you decide to walk up to, but they said, hey guys, Red Stallions Girl, like everybody would know who that was.
Yeah. The Bengals also got a D. It's little kids playing against mascots. So I'll fast forward a little bit.
These bits are...
Also, it seems like this song is too mature for the video. They're just talking about doing stuff with your bitches and all that with the song.
They didn't edit it?
No. Are you familiar with this song?
Oh, yeah, of course. This is locker room music.
That's his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Okay, so it does seem, though, with the little kids playing the mascots, having this song doesn't fit.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
And that's going to get you a D.
You know what I want somebody to do, and just because it's fresh on my mind, is have like a really lame version where it's like, an executive like week 1, We're playing the Los Angeles. Hey, the fuck you are. I want Doug just jumping in.
Okay.
Like 17 times, like with quick TikTok cuts. He's like, and we're going to beat your ass. That'd be funny.
The Bills, I will just tell you this.
All right. I'll see you later.
The New York Times says this. Josh Allen may have a future in acting.
It's ambitious.
So apparently what it is so Josh Allen lives at a construction site. And it's supposed to be like Andy from Parks and Rec.
Oh, when he lived in the hole?
Which is, it's a sweet reference, current day reference for sure.
Yeah, they've been letting me stay here for the last couple of weeks. The only thing they say is keep your
And then the
helmet on,
schedule has ended up
at night, so I take it off. Just
that it's read to him. I think it sucks. It's a D. And the Bills really missed a nice Al-Qaeda opportunity here.
Ooh, yeah.
Here, play this part, Rob.
Everyone go deep. So yeah, it's pretty. Get down.
This is the hilarity. This is the great acting.
Spinny, you're living here.
All right, let's get out of this. All right, that one sucks.
But you're right. They could have really done a nice 9/11 bit there.
Right. We had such an opportunity. Let's lean into it. The Broncos had Lewis Hamilton, who is like a race car driver.
Yes.
And part of their ownership group, he was trying different food from each city on the schedule. The menu is shown at the end. Bad bit, D. Indianapolis, I gave them a D for trying to pull at my heartstrings as it's in a school.
It's heartstring music.
Yeah.
Research has shown that.
All right, this is stupid. They're in.
Be one-on-one on island. We got to take
like so. This is their head coach.
We see that, we're going to check. We're going to get a double move.
Shane Steichen.
Because we know Susie's going to be squatting. That's what she does all the time. She squats on routes.
So his bit is that he's coming to help an elementary school's recess football team, and then players come in from the Bills to draw logos with the kid. It doesn't make any sense. And again, they tried to make me go, oh, with the kids, so they get a D. They might have got a C, but they lose on that one.
Nah, because let's cut to the chase here. Do you want to do a heartstring things with kids? The Colts needed to have a sick one in there.
Yeah, you got to have a sick kid, maybe a wheelchair.
It can't just be like able-bodied kids.
Not an electric wheelchair. You got to have one that you got to push around yourself.
A legacy.
Yeah. The Giants. The only thing that kept the Giants from being an F is it's only 1 minute long. So if you're going to make it brief. It's like a man on the street
NFL
thing.
Schedule release videos.
Asking,
do people dislike them? Do they like them?
Just asking people, what do you think about schedule release videos?
Do you know what schedule release videos are?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I do.
Okay, I don't even want to do the minute. That's how bad it is.
Jeez.
It's just a waste of my time, but they get a D. Green Bay, D, huge effort, but I just thought illogical. Let me play some of it for you.
No, I got a treat for y'all, man.
Where did you find a TV?
Sober than I am.
So it's kind of like a American Idol type thing.
How y'all doing? Is that the Wayne Carter?
I heard y'all looking for somebody to perform.
That's Lil Wayne. People are watching like audition videos.
Yeah, on an old TV VHS.
I can't wait
VCR.
to watch the Green Bay Packers.
So there is a lot of effort in this. They got a lot of people that you have heard of, kind of, some. Like this is a wrestling guy. Let me try and fast forward a little bit.
That one right there.
Hey guys, thanks for considering my audition tape. My name is John Kuhn.
Okay.
You might know me from The Bachelor, but
Some guy from The Bachelor.
I'm in town to play the Dolphins, you dumbass.
Carrie Elwes. He's from
Great. I'm Rob Domofsky, and I'm here to
what's that movie? Princess Bride.
Oh, okay.
Big boobs.
Let's check in with
Playing
you,
on the
Judge.
Gronk kicking.
Jordan,
Look, here's one.
What are you seeing out there? And you got to tell
Erin
me,
Andrews.
is anyone standing out there for you?
You know, if nobody peeped on her, she'd certainly be in that video. Joe Buck is in that one as well. Again, D. Carolina. Oh, okay. I'll play you Carolina because I'll tell you how they could have been a B, but they get a D.
Mine, I ain't never been a pint or a drink.
Oh, our friend.
Paint your teammate.
I got my boy facial hair up here.
With Xavier Leggett.
Some hair on my boy.
So that's really good, right?
Yeah, it's a good bit.
And we get to hear Xavier Leggett talk.
Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
And they show him the drawing of him.
Hey,
Okay,
I'm a
they're
first-time
terrible.
painter. I ain't never painted nothing in my life.
Y'all, as we can see, we got painting with friends.
See, now we're switching to other players.
So, yeah, the bit would have been you stick with Xavier
Yeah.
the whole
Xavier
way.
Leggett the whole way. Maybe a different player comes in with him, and they all get to comment.
Yeah.
They realize they did have gold. They kind of suck you in with that first one.
Or have him paint a player on the other team.
A really great job.
But he's doing all of them, though. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Not the
This is my
kicker.
portrait of you.
So, yeah, we'll get rid of that. They get a D because not enough Xavier Leggett and way too much Andy Dalton, which means he was in it for 1 second.
Let it go. Let it go.
The Raiders suck. It's kind of an NFL Films spoof.
In the quiet whispers of opposition.
In fact, that's all it is.
It's their bit, though, right?
A storm.
The Winds of August or whatever.
Yeah, but how many times are we going to do it? You know? Let's see.
A lot of production value.
Yeah.
Doesn't appear to be much content here.
The autumn wind is a pirate.
They're an autumn wind, August wind.
Right.
Just want to know who they play in week 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll get it at the very end. Seattle got a D+ because it's only a minute 28. It's their bird mascot, whatever, the Seahawk, smashing stuff. That's basically what it's doing. Smashing stuff that relates to each city. So if you like smashing stuff, that'll get you a D+.
Yeah, it sucks.
Patriots, is that massage vibes?
Oh, was it?
Those are Patriot candles with the music.
Oh, if we missed that, then you might need to...
Pretty funny.
It did sound very Asian massage parlor.
Maybe we go...
Maybe C-?
We go C- at least. I'll jump them up to a B. I don't care.
Yeah, that's a great catch, Blake.
That is a great catch. Hey, this is my grading system, though.
Sorry.
Not yours.
I
but
wonder
no,
if there are any others you had. Like, did they have
Oh, I might have missed a bunch of stuff
illegitimate
here.
daughter for their game against the Cowboys, a little figurine?
The Redskins or the Commanders would be kind of.
I'm Terry McLaurin, and this is our 2024 schedule release.
No, it's an is it cake thing.
Right. So cake or not a cake?
Wasn't that a couple years ago?
Yeah.
It is. They have different items for each city. It might be a cake. Atlanta has a peach cake. Cincinnati chili is not cake. They found a cool YouTube bit and used it. But they get a C. The Bears get a C as well for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 C's I gave out. Ferris Bueller spoof. Kids are wearing jerseys of each week. The only thing kind of good, I thought, was the end credits with the Bears. So it's basically a Ferris Bueller spoof. Have you seen that, Blake?
Bits and pieces.
Let's see here.
Here we go.
Caleb gets off the bus at the end. They show you end up seeing the schedule.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. See you this fall.
It's pretty long.
Did they do that? So they did that in the actual credits of that movie?
Yes.
Okay.
At the very, very, very end.
I've seen it multiple times.
You're still here. Yeah.
But, okay.
The Browns spoofed a movie as well.
Talk about a sick updated reference.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec is falling.
Ferris
for that.
Bueller is what, 35,
the
40?
credits. Yeah.
40 years? The Browns did a Big Lebowski spoof.
Okay.
Which I've never seen. But I understand we need to have a movie about it, right?
Yeah, I'm already in.
Are you?
Yeah.
let me jump to the end. So, yeah. And I'm willing to pop this up to a beat. So,
although it doesn't...
Every team they play, it's a different part of the bowling alley. Here's a Cowboys cake.
Did the New York Times say this was Big Lebowski? Oh, this may be the part that, yeah. Yeah.
So this is Pete Weber walking in. Are you familiar with Pete Weber?
Who do you think you are? I am.
Yeah.
Game time.
That's right, I did it. Who do you think you are? I am.
Yeah, that's a classic video.
Okay, I'll bump the Browns up if you'd like. This is the classic video, of course, where Pete Weber said that.
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it. And he got it!
That is right, I did it. That's number 5. Are you kidding me? That's right. Who do you think you are? I am.
One of the great athletes.
Yeah.
In history. Let me just roll through some of the other ones. Arizona gets a C. It's only a minute, but they had graffiti artists. They painted a cool Cardinals logo on the wall with the schedule added on. I had to subtract points only because they put the SeatGeek logo on there as well. So it's like these cool street artists that they don't sell out, but the street artists had to paint the SeatGeek logo. And I just thought that was failed.
You know what they should have done? They should have somehow done Call of Duty and have Kyler playing and going through and like week by week, just like blowing somebody up that had the logo on him.
Tampa Bay got a C. Probably should have been a D because it was 5.5 minutes.
Unbelievable.
It's old-time documentary feel. They mixed football with art, so they had some artists talking about how art is, and then football, like Rondé Barber or old football players talking about how football is important. And
no Baker?
It sucked. No Baker. Baker, it elevates it a grade at least.
Yeah, come on.
It would have been an A.
There's no way it would be a C. Atlanta is okay. So Atlanta, I didn't get. So maybe it's really funny, Blake, but it's some kind of a computer thing.
Yo, bro, we got a tough schedule this year. I ain't gonna lie. We good, Bijan. Let's take it to the streets.
Is this?
Oh yeah, this is 2K. It looks like.
Yeah, we have like storylines and stuff.
Yeah, and you can hit the playground.
Yeah.
Okay, should I have rated it higher?
Ludicrous.
Okay, then they're doing like NFL Street.
Is there a new version of that?
No.
I thought there might have been a dusting of racism coming up here.
You believe that?
As we get to their kicker, Young Ho Koo. He's going to make a kick, but then it appears to do some kind of a slow-motion crouching tiger, hidden dragon type thing. And I just thought, would they do that with Brandon Aubrey if he was there?
Probably not.
Yeah. All right.
Here's Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
Oh, no, there's a lot of things are sponsored. A lot of these people did, but I figured the street artist one can't be sponsored.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like counterculture.
The Cowboys I expect to be sponsored. Jacksonville, another kind of cartoon thing. I don't know if this is some kind of a spoof that I don't understand, Blake, but it's quite possible. Are you familiar? Or is it just like... Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is.
Just supposed to look like 90s or 80s arcade. That wasn't... maybe.
Pittsburgh, okay, Pittsburgh's bit was, if you could make James Harrison laugh, you get to see the 2023 or 2024 schedule early. So apparently James Harrison, well known for his stoic demeanor.
Asked for a glass of water, Debo, because it was a little hoarse.
Why so serious? What do you call a jet that flies backwards? You might get this one. A receding airline.
Why would I get that? Explain the joke to me.
Explain that joke to me.
So it's somewhat funny.
Yeah,
I
it's
would have
not
given
bad.
it a higher grade if there was a little less Russell Wilson, because they use a lot of Russ in this one. Minnesota gets a C+. It's kind of like an Apple release.
Welcome to the home of Vikings innovation.
Okay.
Yeah.
After months,
It's all
of
about the
anticipation,
schedule
we are
itself is a
thrilled
piece
to
of tech.
finally share.
So it's not the contents of the schedule, but it's just like the schedule that exists.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah. Not too bad. Okay. The Bees, we have Kansas City, because I think smashing stuff is kind of cool. They put stuff in a hydraulic press.
Okay. Old Bay seasoning, some ground beef.
Gross.
Some Skyline.
So this is taking an internet bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of a few years ago, and okay, so I support it.
Yeah.
It's fine. It got a B. And although I was tired of it, I'm gonna now have to give this a B too, because this is Houston, and they're smushing stuff.
Boy, you just
right.
It's your crush film thing.
Yeah. So if you're gonna have a hydraulic press, you're probably gonna get a B.
Oh, gross.
All right.
Hot dogs.
The Jets have, what do I have here? It's two guys doing a bit. Oh, okay.
First person to bring us a slice of New York pizza, throw this football at the target, and then dump this bucket of Gatorade on your head, gets $500 and 2 round-trip tickets via JetBlue. Let's see who does it.
It's like an Impractical Jokers line.
It's very Impractical Jokers, and yeah, maybe I need to drop it down a letter grade now that you tell me that. Anyway, so people did that bit.
Cool.
It was a minute and a half long. You're right. Drop it down. It gets a D now because it has Impractical Jokers.
It just seemed like a feel. Hey, they have to do this.
The New England Patriots start with a preview screen like we did for our bit, but it's pretty basic. They could have done better with that. So what this is, it spoofs Good Will Hunting.
On the campus of one of the NFL's most storied teams.
With a janitor
Listen up. Hey, this theorem on the board right here will help us
who finds the schedule on the board and he fills it out. The janitor is Julian Edelman.
The most gifted mind to ever enter the stadium.
Okay, and he figures it out. He finishes the schedule. Gronk is in it as well. Now, Gronk is in the Tampa Bay one, too. So Gronk is the only guy who's in 2 of these videos, as far as I can tell.
Who cleans its floors.
Robert Kraft is acting.
Also kind of playing on the lunch pail.
This kid's genius is unparalleled. But we need.
By the way, so my wife
that's
is really
Belichick's dad's book.
Oh, really? My wife is really stoked right now on the X-Files.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been watching the X-Files every day. And the other day there was an episode on, so if she's watching it, I might have to watch it too. There's an episode.
Oh, good scene control.
There's an episode of a janitor who sees on a whiteboard an equation that's not done, and he finishes it and blah, blah, blah. That episode came out like 7 years before Good Will Hunting.
Ooh.
And everybody's
Did you look into it?
I found like a Reddit thread about it, like somebody noting that, yeah, hey, they're just stealing that bit. Anyway, Robert Kraft is in it, and there's no massage stuff. So,
funny though.
This should probably get an A for you because I think this is all about. This one is for Jake, the Ravens.
Nice work. Somehow, you always come through. But now, I've got a very important message that I need you to deliver.
Oh my God, Coach. I have been waiting for this moment my whole life.
You know who that is, Blake?
That comedian guy.
Stavros Halkias.
Yeah.
Ronnie Raven.
Let's see. Let me jump.
I can't believe that the guy from Cumtown, the podcast, is doing a bit with Harbaugh.
With a 69 jersey.
Like, if I could explain to you guys what that show was like, especially in the early years. And he's so Baltimore. Yeah, that's good. I like that one, obviously.
Yo, my bad. I ain't do all the games on the schedule, but whatever, yo. Google it if you're so curious, yo. You ain't got the internet? What you watching this on then, huh? Let's go Ravens.
Just playing super stereotypical, trashy Baltimore guy. Yo.
I thought you'd like that one. We did the Cowboys one in full last week, right?
That's kind of ballsy, though, by the way.
What?
I mean, he does that bit every Sunday. Like, he reacts to the game, or Lamar he's not coming back, or Lamar's actually coming back, yo. But, like, he's pretty edgy. Like, there's no chance the Cowboys would take their version of Stavi, like Dallas or something, you know? Shout out to Baltimore.
And then the Cowboys, so their bit is that they are doing what? They're prank calling people. You know, and it's, what is it, Jerry? Like, who's prank calling?
It's Rowdy, Post Malone, and Tim the Tap Man.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Not Jerry. And a couple of cheerleaders. Yeah. And so they just, I gave it a B for star power. Because they did get a lot of, did get a lot of cool people on.
What is Homer over here?
Is that a Homer? You know, if you get Shane.
It's got Rowdy.
It does have Rowdy. All right, I'll drop it down to a C.
It is some big names. You're right. They got whatever Paul brother that is, PFT, Shane.
And Don Staley.
This one should be my favorite.
That's so funny when you find the gaps in the bits like that where they just couldn't come up with anybody that would do it.
So this one's the Dolphins. Can you see right away why I like it? It's 22 seconds.
22 seconds?
Yes.
I think their caption was the fastest schedule release video for the fastest team in the NFL.
Yeah.
Finally, it's done.
Let's do this.
Let's watch it.
The NFL's fastest team presents their schedule. It scrolls very quickly over the screen.
Perfect.
And that is it.
I like that bit.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to give an A for the star power that the Lions have gotten as well. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Tim. I'm Sam.
The great Detroiters.
Hired to release the schedule. So then we said,
yeah, so we got Tim Robinson.
They did. The two of them did a show together. The Detroiters.
Oh, they did?
Before I Think You Should Leave. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's obviously in I Think You Should Leave a lot. He's in the
Go Lions. They're going to win all these.
Best Baby.
These are all, check them off as wins.
How are they scrolling in? Are they coming
in from the top down, up from the bottom up? Side? Do me a favor. Do one that zigs.
Yeah, do a silly one. Have a silly one that bounces all around.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Why'd you try to get me to do a robot voice?
Because I thought you'd be amazing at it. Let's do one that comes in like this.
One team comes from here.
Then we'll look at it like this. Okay.
Do one that starts this small and then gets as big as
I'm holding my hand right here.
Oh, I want.
I'm doing it already. No, even if he's holding his hand, just do it on my hand.
All right, fine. Do one.
Okay, we're done with that.
That's a good bit.
That's a good one. Really
I
good.
thought they did a good bit. And then the two best ones, according to me, were the ones that are in Hollywood. The Rams, they get an A. It's kind of a car driving video gamey type thing where they're driving through, all the different. And there's a lot of Easter eggs in this. Maybe this is one.
That started out with NWA.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe this is one we'll play in full later.
Rams house license plate.
Yeah, there's a ton of Easter eggs in this one.
Driving
There's just too much.
6'4".
There's almost too much to get into, but I'm giving it an A. Let's do this on a future video episode. And same with the Chargers. This is one where
Is it anime?
we could kind of break the whole thing down.
They went away from anime.
This is The Sims.
The Sims. Yeah, okay. I like this.
The Chargers have so many Easter eggs.
Got a pool of Sims all wearing NFL jerseys.
They took the pool ladder out so they were stuck in there.
You've got when you do the Pittsburgh one, you have Russell Wilson getting mad when he sees Justin Fields. They're making fun of clown Raider fans.
They made fun of the way Cam Newton types.
Right. There's so much. There's
and
too
because
much.
he got in the fight.
Yeah.
This is great.
Right. Broncos Country is the moving company that is moving Russell Wilson, but he's mad when he sees Justin
Travis
Fields
Kelce
again.
Podcast. Yeah. Little Taylor Swift.
Travis Kelce. Yeah, there's, like I said,
This is insane.
Yeah.
Let's save that for a future episode because I've already gone too long. But, I mean, when they do Tampa Bay, they show Baker not cooking, like he's in a kitchen, and then Antonio Brown is in there with him. Like, they've got so many things. Fat Zion, because they're playing New Orleans. The Cleveland Factor of Sadness. The Browns have a banner for a winless season hanging up there. It's really, really incredible. So that's my not very quick run-through of the entire NFL schedule release. And now we'll do this.
That was fantastic. I feel ready for football now.
I don't know. I feel like it could have been better.
We haven't been doing this show or a different iteration of this show that long. I feel like 4 times a year I learned that a city in Texas is trying to break the Guinness World Record for the largest same-name gathering. Of course, we're talking about the gathering of the Kyles.
Okay, how'd they do?
0 for 5, Blake.
Oh.
Failed again?
What's
Failed
the
again.
largest? Who set the record?
It was, I think it was Romania. No, Bosnia and Herzegovina, which doesn't really, I don't think, fully exist anymore. But they had 2,325 Ivans.
Okay.
Okay, so we did set the record for Kyle's.
Okay, it is still called that. No, but they're not trying to set the record for Kyle's.
Right.
But I love this headline, though, from a news station in Austin. Not quite a record, but some say it's more Kyle's than they've ever seen in their lifetime.
People that didn't go to A&M.
Yeah. You should see what this crowd looks like, too.
I think we have a good idea.
Very diverse.
No, I would not call it very diverse.
Is there a Kyle who's not white?
Yeah, there's got to be. No, not in that picture.
No, but I mean, just think in your head.
Kyle Lowry.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Well, no, that's good.
Some of these quotes are just amazing. Some of the Kyles who showed up Saturday had a stereotype in their head about what a Kyle is like. Absolute rage machines just going around destroying and vandalizing everything, one Kyle said. Drywall punchers. But he followed, there's a whole different world of Kyle that I didn't know existed. Like, this is the sort of article that they would have me write when I was an intern at, like, Pegasus News. Yeah, there you go, Dan. You can see the Kyles up there now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Would you go if
Blake's in a Facebook group?
I was going to say, if your Facebook group of Blake Joneses, would you go meet them?
Yeah, I think so. But that's more specific. That's first name, last name. And I'll be damned if we turned our name into a noun.
Blake Jonesing?
Yeah.
How many people are in your group?
Let me check. You know, we add people all the time.
You're such a dork.
Wish each other happy birthdays.
Dallas County traffic deputies. This happened over the weekend, I believe.
We're 30.
30.
Pretty good.
They were handling a car accident at I-345 and Woodall near downtown. And so this lady, her car crashes, and I guess something about that caused some impact to the front of the car, which popped the hood up. And so when the responders get there, the cops, the lady's like, hey, this is a car accident, but also there's a huge snake under the hood of my car. So they'd just been driving around with this. I mean, it's huge to me.
Yeah, and
looks like it's 5-6 feet long.
Damn.
And I actually, you know what? I think as the way that this story is worded, it might have like caused the wreck. Like it's slithered out from under the hood and kind of starts to get. I'm crashing if that happens.
Yeah.
If there's a snake on my windshield.
Man, if I'm trapped in the car with a bug, like there's no worse feeling to me.
Ooh, I hate when it's a mosquito because you know it's going to bite you at some point.
Yeah. If it lands on you, yeah.
So I open all the windows.
You have to.
And then it's a wind tunnel, and then stuff that I have in the back seat is flying out. And
I feel like the fly is very resilient on that as well.
Yeah, but the fly isn't going to bite you and take your blood and perhaps give you...
That's why I don't like seeing spider in my car. I mean, I've been driving on the highway, and it'll, like, drop down right in front of me.
That's happened to me once.
And it freaks me out.
What can you get, malaria? Malaria. What's the thing a few years ago they were kind of testing? Remember, like, Grapevine and South Lake was... There was something mosquitoes were carrying.
Was it West Nile?
Was it West Nile?
That'll come back
That
around.
sounds like...
Oh, yeah. It has a...
My wife always knows, like, right away,
of course.
whenever people are talking.
Another story that we see seemingly every year as urban sprawl or suburban sprawl continues here in North Texas. Residents in Frisco recently reported an uptick in wild animal sightings in their neighborhood, and NBC5 has a picture of one of the biggest bobcats I think I've ever seen. Daylight. They also have video of a coyote.
How much do you think it weighs?
I don't know. I don't think bobcats get very big, though, in general. Probably, I mean, let's see here. Yeah, it's...
I think I know one that was like 245 pounds once.
And he actually did a show with you at Rangers...
It's me. I was once 245 pounds.
Oh.
I went to Ohio University.
Okay. I thought you were making a bobcat gold thwait.
H-I-O. No?
Yeah, look at that thing.
You're a bobcat.
Yeah, but I thought you were doing a bobcat gold thwait thing because we've talked about that recently. That's the coyote.
Okay. Well, it's because we're building stuff in there. Ooh, look at that. Little cat runs across the street.
Yeah.
That coyote will get that. But we're building our stuff in their home, right?
Yeah. And it's not going to stop. You know, you don't see these problems in like...
This is progress.
Is it?
I don't know. I mean, that's why we got rid of them Indians, right? In the name of progress.
You want to make an omelet?
Yeah. It's a manifest destiny.
Whoa.
I think that's some kind of thing where God like says you should kill all the Indians.
Is that a coyote or a bobcat just scaling that fence?
Probably bobcat, but cats will...
Wow.
I mean, I can't believe how well my cat can jump.
Damn, that's crazy.
Hey, thanks, Blake.
I wasn't really scared of them until they could jump over my fence.
Dude, you're just out on a walk and you see that thing?
Oh, it's going in the...
Mm-hmm.
I think I've heard our friends at Wash Media have this conversation before, though. Like, let's say that it's a medium-sized, like 25-pound bobcat. You have a shot?
I mean, you think you do. You might have to get it with the first one, right? Because then if it latches onto your arm or something.
Are you going hand or foot?
Me? I'd kick.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think...
How big?
25 pounds.
Yeah, you can take a 25-pound bobcat.
All right.
Now, you're a human who is going to recoil at the sight of blood and your fear.
Okay, so it bites you. You're just going to back down? Are you not going to get mad yourself? You're not going to be pissed off this thing's biting you? And try to fight back a little?
It's going to be rough.
Yeah, but how much more do you weigh than that thing? Just kick it.
No, that's the key. You got to kind of get it around.
You have to punt it right in the gut.
How about the head?
Yeah, but I'm worried that if I go for the head, then it might latch on, you know?
I'm taking Dan in that fight.
Thanks.
Okay, there's your news. We've gone so long.
We have gone pretty long. I blame myself.
No, the schedule release stuff was good.
I don't blame anybody.
Yeah.
How long have we gone?
Just had a good show today.
Bump, 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 bump.
Like, I want to read viewer mail birthdays.
We're at like 2:30.
Okay. Let's just call it this. Because people want to hear their birthdays sometimes, so you got to put it in the notes.
And they get to hear their birthday on a day where they shared the show with Doug Townson.
Yeah.
That's right. But because of Doug, that pushed it back to here where we are now. So, viewer mail birthdays. Blake sent me one late.
Sorry.
And they shouldn't get preference, but they're going to get at the top here. Candace Bishop wants a birthday shout-out.
C-Bish?
That's all she asked for. She didn't say she didn't have any requests.
No funny quips?
No. Just wants a birthday shout-out.
Isn't that the best kind?
What's up, Candace? Call me. Mr. Dan, now we'll get a little longer. That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Monday, May 20th is my Sean Lee / Texas Rangers C.J. Nikowski birthday. Kip and Bodie are my leaders. I love your new studio, but I miss the random barks of my leaders. Could they tag along with you sometime?
Not a bad idea.
If not, the random laughs of Video Man will suffice. From Beth, day 2, number 1339. It's not drop Beth. Today is my Dikembe Mutombo birthday. Dikembe.
What?
I don't know what I said. Dikembe Mutombo birthday. My leaders are Dan's Giggle. That sounds gay. And Blake's show notes. More Dingu and Julie. She wants less us, is what she's saying.
Hey.
Day 7, Jill Schreifer.
It's a zero-sum game. I'm just trying to wrap my head around the idea that CJ wore 50.
Did he?
I guess as a Ranger he did. That's a very unstable pitcher number.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Dan and Jake. I'd like to wish my partner, Kevin, a happy 30th birthday. We live in Thailand. He listens to you guys every day.
Nice.
He said he's a day 2, but only because he lives abroad and because of the time difference, he didn't hear about the revolution until later from Ellie.
Wonder where they live in Thailand.
Yes, I've been wondering that myself, Jake.
Just like to hear from him. Email me.
I've just kind of been wondering where Thailand is. It's got to be pretty far away, though.
It's over there somewhere.
I'm saying somewhere near, like, Asia and stuff, or maybe, like, in Asia.
Sure.
Like a part of, perhaps.
Do you think they have any Thai food over there?
I would surmise, yeah. You still got to try my place.
Which one do you like?
Well, there are two options, but the one that's a little like not a super nice restaurant is Thai Riverside.
Where is that?
By the Tom Thumb.
Okay.
We're pretty close to there.
The Grapevine Tom Thumb?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll go there right now. So it's Monday, May 20th. The first recorded speeding arrest in U.S. history occurred on this day in 1899. How fast was he going?
11.
12.
Damn.
An officer who was riding a bicycle pulled him over.
What?
Do you think he got deferred adjudication?
Yeah, how fast you going?
On this day in 1961, a white mob attacked a busload of Freedom Riders in Montgomery, Alabama. So the U.S. government sent marshals to restore order.
What'd they do?
What, the white mob? Just
No. The marshals, they come in and they're like, all right, we're here to protect the Freedom Riders.
you feel like
knock it off.
Not all of them were really
I think
on
they might have
board?
just then had mob times 2.
On this day in 1978, Mavis Hutchinson became the first woman to run across America. It took her 69 days, an average of 45 miles per day. She ran across America.
That's incredible.
On this day in 2006, Barbaro, In the Preakness,
Oh.
fractured his left hind leg early on in the race, which ended his career and eventually led to his death. They couldn't fix a horse's bones.
And isn't the saddest part about that the reason, I think this is the case, the reason that they execute them is because they can no longer, like, mount? Because I would think there's got to be some sort of extraction method if you want the stuff from the champion pedigree racehorse, but instead they
the wiener. You need the
the
breeding.
That's why
the breeding juice.
That's why they live. You know, that's why they keep them alive after they get done racing.
Really? Or else they just kill them?
Yeah, because they can't do it anymore.
If it wasn't for that.
They can't just be a normal horse?
No, those things are way too hard to maintain.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, just put them out across the street from me.
Just let it get fat.
Let him kick a soccer ball.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool trick.
We got a soccer. Have you seen the big soccer ball down the street?
Yeah, Brooks thinks all horses kick soccer balls because of that one.
Was Brooks at my house?
He's been to your house.
Oh, yeah, I've seen him.
Creepy.
I've seen him. Birthdays today. Former Cowboy Lauren Robinson is 39.
Oh, my gosh.
Laurent.
What a season. And then he signed a huge deal for the Jaguars.
I
And
told you
don't know if he played again.
He didn't play. I don't believe he played a down.
5 years, $32.5 million contract. $8 million signing bonus, 13.6 guaranteed. That's probably all he saw, right? Because 1 year later, he was released.
The story I had for you guys on that was Jesse Holley. Okay, he played
with Jesse Holley.
Yeah, well,
on that team.
He was out the game that Jesse Holley made that play. That's why it happened.
I was looking at that team.
So he was like,
this
hey,
morning.
You know, I made a bunch of plays here. T.O. was out. So Jesse Holley assumes the next week he's going to get a little more offensive burn, and he didn't play an offensive snap. And Laurent Robinson did, finished out the year decent, and then...
Like Jesse Holley could have finished out the year decent.
Yeah.
Maybe getting himself a big deal.
He didn't seem bitter about it at all.
On that team, Dez...
Maybe it was Dez that was out. My bad. Yeah.
Dez had 933 yards receiving that year. Jason Witten, 942. He led the team. No one had 1,000 yards on that team. Romo had 4,000 yards passing. Isn't that interesting?
Super.
Marty B, 144 yards receiving.
He was blocking. Willfully.
Miles Austin's still on that team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. 8-8.
Yeah, could have guessed.
Sada Haru O is 84. Tony Stewart is 53.
Killed a
guy.
Dave Thomas. Bob and Doug McKenzie's Dave Thomas. Do you know who that is?
To the Great White North, I'm Bob McKenzie. This is my brother Doug.
How's it going,
Okay, our topic
I'm familiar
today
with
So
is
the
Great
not
White
Rick
North, 'cause
Moranis.
We got like
He's
lots
76.
of mail, like about it,
Yeah.
Okay, so
This was,
this
this
topic
season?
was my
What's the name of this show?
yeah, what? Lying. Okay, this is the Great White North. Okay, on the map.
Oh,
now, here
in the
it's
hall,
different
but
color
it's-
because it's like
Yeah, I
USA.
can't remember.
And up there, same colors.
Second City TV. Okay, I knew there was.
Okay, so the whole thing is.
All
Great
right.
White North.
Ron Reagan is 66, the liberal talk show host. And I'll just get us out here. Timothy Oliphant is 56. Jack Gleason from Game of Thrones.
Despite having a great in, Timothy Oliphant apparently unbookable.
You tried him?
More than once.
Okay.
And was told, yeah.
I think I was the guy who always wanted him.
Yeah. Just wanted to please you.
Born on this day, now dead, Jimmy Stewart. Dead on this day, still dead, Christopher Columbus.
My mom went and waited hours for Jimmy Stewart's autograph once. He was like 80.
Really?
Yeah. She was a big fan, if I recall correctly.
I'm a fan.
He had an autograph.
She got the autograph?
Yeah, I remember an autograph picture or something, but she was really into it.
Stoked on Jimmy Stewart?
Yeah.
Died on this day in 1993. Max Klein. He invented paint by numbers. That spare?
What?
That feels spare.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I guess you're just like, look, this is hard. What if I just numbered all the images for you? I guess. Works for kids.
Macho Man, Randy Savage died on this day, as did Gary Coleman. Are you familiar with Gary Coleman?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how come?
What you talking about, Will? This was big when I was a kid.
And Robin Gibb.
The Great.
Yeah.
Was he the one who died, the first one?
And that was Today in History.
The first Bee Gee to die?
Who died?
I mean, only two of... Oh, no, Andy Gibb was...
One of them died pretty young, though, right?
Andy Gibb wasn't really in the Bee Gees, though, so you're probably not referring to him.
Okay. Well,
but
what a way to close the show.
Yeah. We don't have any closing remarks because Chappy's... I guess Chappy already gave them.
Yeah. So we got to get Doug Townson a TikTok video, right?
Yeah.
Or just any video of someone like promoting their podcast and then let him just snap on them. Hey, shut the That was electric.
Yeah, good booking, man.
Yeah, we didn't have much of a game plan for him, but turns out we didn't need one.
No, not at all.
Adios, mofo.